Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mount Carmel Area High School football, where tonight the Mount Carmel Area Red Tornadoes, here at home in the Silver Bowl, entertain the Warriors of Wilson-Borough in the Eastern Conference Class 2A Championship football game. Tonight, the Red Tornadoes have a chance to win 4 straight championships. Not done in Red Tornado history before. This is the night they can do it. Another milestone the Red Tornadoes will be looking at tonight, of course, is Pilarski. We're looking at him, and Pilarski needs 7 yards to cross into 1,000 yards this season. He will become the 13th runner in Mount Carmel history to do so. We are looking forward to that. We know he will do that tonight, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is elite company. Tonight we look at the Warriors guys from Wilson-Borough, a team unknown to us. We have never played them before on the field of football, so they're new to us. They come in with some losses this year, but they're against teams, of course, that we didn't really see ourselves. We're not as well versed against them as we would with most teams. I believe you have it over there.
Yeah,
right?
I do. We have some of the teams: Northern Lehigh, Salisbury, Northwest Lehigh, Palisades, Southern Lehigh. My goodness, how many Lehighs? All we need is Eastern Lehigh up there. Saucon Valley, Catasauqua, Penn Argyl, Bangor, Notre Dame. Of course, they played Central Columbia last week.
They played Central Columbia at Central Columbia and were an upset winner. They were picked to lose to the Central Columbia team at home and pull the upset, which earned them the right to travel all the way back down here again to Mount Carmel, where they'll take on the Tornadoes. Right now, the Wilson-Borough Warriors are being introduced on the field, and we'll, in a second, defer to Phil Gergen as he will announce the Mount Carmel Area Red Tornadoes for the final time this year. This is the final game of the season here for the Red Tornadoes. We'll defer now as he goes down on the field, and he'll begin announcing the Red Tornado lineup.
Tonight, we will be introducing the defensive starters. At left end, number 29, a 6'1", 195-pound junior, Damian Budgie. At left tackle, number 54, 6'1", 260-pound junior, Randy Swain. At nose guard, number 51, a 6', 235-pound junior, Dave Brown. At right tackle, number 59, a 6'2", 260-pound senior, Nick Bircher. At right end, number 69, 5'11", 215-pound senior, Nick Tuck. At left linebacker, number 21, 5'11", 185-pound junior, Steve Matsura. At right linebacker, number 6, a 6'1", 220-pound senior, Vince Yasenchak. At left quarterback, number 41, a 5'10", 190-pound sophomore, Justin Leonovic. At right quarterback, number 32, a 5'8", 160-pound senior, Ben Hayati. At free safety, number 2, a 6'1", 170-pound freshman, Drew Lekavik. And at strong safety, number 1, 6'1", 190-pound senior, Matt Medalis. And the rest of the Red Tornadoes.
So there you have the Red Tornado lineup here as they prepare to get in their huddle. Coach Brennan will have a little talk with them quickly. A lot on the line tonight for both of these teams. Of course, the Red Tornadoes would dearly like to end this season on a successful note by capturing the Eastern Conference Championship. The Wilson-Borough Warriors, of course, this is all kind of new to them. They were not in the playoffs a lot, and I do not recall them playing for the Eastern Conference, at least in recent years anyway. So a big game for both of these teams. Wilson-Borough will come into this football game with an offense, pretty much a spread offense. They'll throw and run. Nobody that you absolutely have to stop, although the Curdo kid, number 32, is the guy. Tony Curdo is probably the standout guy on offense, and he's the guy you're going to have to pay a little more attention to than most, I guess. Defensively, they're just a tough defense. I mean, you don't play poorly on either side of the ball in an Eastern Conference Championship game, so they're bringing it all here tonight. And we look forward to tipping this thing off and getting a good look at the Warriors for the first time ever as they've traveled into the coal region here to see what coal region football is all about.
I had a chuckle when we were coming down, and you did tell me that this week they had called up the high school to find out that they have to bring lawn chairs down, and is there enough seating for everybody down? So you can tell, and just by looking at some of the names here, that their travel is not as extensive as ours down here, and apparently they don't have the posh coal region football stadiums up in that area like we have.
Well, we've been in that area and know that there's a couple of them that aren't playing in stadiums at all, pretty much compared to this one. But again, this one, the Silver Bowl, is truly a jewel of high school football.
Yes.
There are very few in the state in comparison to it, so it's tough to compare these other schools. And again, you get tradition, 700-some wins. That's why you got stadiums like this built, and that's why football is the way it is.
And the track program also, Mr. Bresseln had built over the years, and undefeated he was for 40-some years. And of course, you take a look at the all-weather track down there. That's just in excellent shape. They were probably one of the first high schools in the area also to have an all-weather track to run on.
The one guy on Wilson-Borough you want to pay attention to, he does the kicking duties aside from a couple other things. He'll also be in the backfield in and out, number 39. And his name is Brian Eckert. Brian Eckert is capable of kicking a 50-yard field goal, folks, in high school. He is a prolific high school kicker. In fact, he may be the best high school kicker in Pennsylvania playing tonight. And that's a guy that makes Wilson-Borough a threat from pretty much anywhere from the 20 or 30-yard line on down, and that's what we need to keep an eye on. They're not afraid to do it. They will do it. They will use him as a kicker in many instances. So they are a threat to score field goals, and they have kicked a few of them. He missed a 57-yard field goal apparently 2 weeks ago by a couple of yards, they said. So this kid can definitely kick. Now, he is not doing the kicking duties now. Number 13, or Derek Eckert, is doing them right now. But or maybe it is it Derek or Brian? I mean, it is Derek. This is the guy, 13. There's two of them. The other one's in the backfield. Let me see how he kicks it. I'll let you know. Goes down to Wargo. Wargo takes it down at the 10-yard line. He's got a little bit of a seam there. It closes quickly as he takes the ball up to the Red Tornado 25-yard line where it's 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes. Maybe talking about the two Eckert brothers here. I got the wrong Eckert brother. We'll see who makes the lines up. Brian is in the backfield, but today, for right now, we'll have the Red Tornadoes go on offense. And, of course, that's a cast you're very familiar with. Keep your eye on number 42, though, tonight. Early in this game, you want to pay attention to him. Jared will be carrying the ball and heading into elite company shortly. So we'll be waiting for that moment as Shinsky goes back to pass, and he looks at Medalis, and he has him. Medalis makes a nifty move and takes it up to the 45-yard line. Gain of 20 yards on that pass play from Shinsky to Medalis, and it's 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes, and a big opener for the Red Tornadoes.
I'll tell you what, Dave, Shinsky had an outstanding game last week. He was actually on fire. They told me that after the game they had to put him in the showers to put him out. He was 10 of 18, and he had over 208 yards passing. So, he was on, and again, coming right in the first play here, hits Medalis in the flats.
Give us to Pilarski. A nifty sidestep. Jared Pilarski has now entered the 1,000-yard club, ladies and gentlemen. There it is on that play. They'll give him 9 yards in the play, 8 yards. He needed 7, and I believe that did it. So he is now a 1,000-yard rusher. He is the 13th player in Mount Carmel area tornado history to run for 1,000 yards in a season. And that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk about that as we go down through this game. I do not want you to miss the significance of what that young man did here this year. Right up the middle goes the fullback, and that's Brown, big 51 there. 51 takes it over the 45-yard line down to the 43 of Wilson-Borough, where it is 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes in Wilson-Borough territory.
Wilson comes out in a 5-3 defense, something similar that we run. We run a 5-2. It seems like they're putting a 5-3. They're bringing an extra linebacker up and trying to protect the outside corners with the two outside linebackers.
Shinsky in the shotgun. He's looking downfield, and he's got Medalis wide open. Medalis down to the 22-yard line of the Warriors. And another first down if the Red Tornadoes are marching the ball down here on offense. Joe, you with us tonight? Or
I'm here.
Where are you at here, Joe?
I'm
Come
here.
on, Joe. Get in here.
I'm here.
Got worried about you there.
It's a great way for Pilarski to end his senior season.
It doesn't get any better than that, and it really doesn't. it just, and you know, he did it kind of quietly.
Yes, he did.
Which is the amazing part about it. I mean, to wing 1,000 yards out there the way he did, and he did it quietly, and that's pretty much the way the young man is. You know, his demeanor and his personality reflect that kind of play. He hits Matsura in the flat. Matsura picks up some nice yardage. He's down to about the 16-yard line, 15-yard line when they finally set it down. And they'll bring up second down now, and second down and 4.
Taking a look at the defensive line for Wilson, you know, I don't think they're going to be able to do anything against that. The size of the Tornado line, they are much smaller than what we are.
Shinsky will bring him up. He's at a split backfield in back of him now. And he hands it to Pilarski around the end, and Pilarski's got a head of steam. Pilarski's head, he makes a nifty cut, and Pilarski down to the 6-yard line. Jared Pilarski down to the 6 where it's 1st and goal for the Red Tornadoes, and that's a perfect run that you've seen how many times this year from Jared.
Now, I'll tell you what, the 2 runs that Jared tried to get to the outside, his best move was to cut back behind his lead blocker there to pick up some extra yardage. Earlier in the season, we had seen that he was trying to scoot to the outside and trying to get around anybody else, and was tackled for short yardage.
They go wide on both sides. We hand it to the fullback, Lashinsky, and number 45 takes it down to the 5-yard line. It'll be second down and 5 for the touchdown for the Red Tornadoes. Gain of 2 on the play.
You have to think about Pilarski. He's not exactly the headliner that his preceder was.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, he didn't get the press. Of course, Jonathan played for 4 years and gave him a little bit of a head start on that kind of thing. But you're right. He played quietly, but it was just a great way to watch this kid in his career the way he played this year. Shinsky on a keeper, and Shinsky, he's going to take it. Oh, he's going to be close. See if he fell in or not there. He was very close to the goal line as he weaved back and forth. It's going to be 3rd and goal from just about the 1-yard line as they stop Shinsky.
Yeah.
The way he was weaving around there, and all he has to do is fall forward. He pretty much gets what he gets.
Well,
it, so.
he did the right thing. He came back into the flow. He was looking for the gap to try to get across the goal line. He found a real nice seam, but it just blocked up right about, they're around about the 6-inch line.
It's a keeper. Shinsky on the quarterback keeper. They let him get it in there. He worked hard for it. So he takes it in at the 7:45 mark of the first quarter. Mount Carmel area scores at a 6-0 Big Red, and they have taken the opening kickoff and just marched it down Wilson Burroughs' throat here as Whitecamp comes in for the extra point attempt.
I'm not going to call this one right away. I'm going to wait.
Something that took me like 12 years to learn, so. They always look good to me, and then they aren't. But this one is.
That one's good.
So at the 7:45 mark here in the first period, it is the Red Tornadoes of Mount Carmel area 7, the Warriors of Wilsonboro 0 in this Eastern Conference Championship game.
Never underestimate the referees.
Or overestimate them, for that matter. That goes either way.
Right.
All depends which way they're calling it. We're fair as long as they're calling it our way, right, Wade?
That's correct.
I think we've been fair about that all year.
Not pick on anybody unless it
Unless
goes against us.
If it's not going our way, we're going to have to say something. As simple as that.
1 word, 2 syllables. Offside.
And you mentioned that, Joe, and we had so much trouble with that last week. Here we open up and are perfect all the way down the field without a penalty thrown. So we look like we're clicking on all cylinders. Here is Whitecamp, number 9. Gets ready to whack it up for the Red Tornadoes, and he's kicking down in there, number 32, which is the guy I talked about earlier, Tony Curto. And he kicks it right down the middle, and it will be Curto as it gets past Curto down now to the Wilsonboro 5-yard line. And he makes a nifty move, and now he's loose, and it's going to take Pilarski to catch him. Whitecamp slows him down, but Pilarski does it.
And
but
fumbled.
Curto fumbled it out of bounds, but Pilarski, you're watching him. He played it exactly the way you want to see a kid play that. He held back. Whitecamp slowed him up and made him make the cut. And then when he made the cut, Pilarski had the angle. Here you see him. And you're going to watch number 9 come into your field of vision here in a second. 9 right there. Their 9 forces them back inside, and now you see Pilarski, and that's what the safety valve does. But the Warriors open up with a big return all the way down from the 5-yard line in the Red Tornado territory at the Red Tornado 43-yard line. In the shotgun is Stalker, number 17. You'll see a lot of this as he sends it downfield, and he threw it right at Hajnowski, who got surprised by it a little bit.
And Hajnowski had that in his hands. Again, it looks like Hajnowski has a soft cast or something on his arm, on his right arm, protecting the break that he did have. And, you know, it's a little difficult to catch a ball and make sure that you have it.
So again, Stalker's a big one. He's a big kid. I don't know what they're listing him at in the program there, but he's a very tall quarterback, so he'll be he's under pressure immediately, but he's looking downfield, and he's got his man down there, number 24. That's Crivellaro. Nick Crivellaro, and that's good enough for a first down. And Stalker is a dangerous passer. This is a spread offense. They throw the ball around the lot. They run out of a lot of different sets. So they're a dangerous offense, and Stalker a pretty good quarterback to run it.
And a different type of quarterback that we've seen. You know, he is straight back, drop 3-4 yards. And I'll tell you what, he's already looking downfield. He's very sharp, very crisp with his passes.
Again, a pass play as he looks downfield. He's looking at number 32, and that was Curto. Curto's the guy he goes to most, and it was 32 on 32. Hajnowski guarding Curto.
And take a look at this replay. Hajnowski sticks a hand right in there at the last second, and there it goes.
Yeah, nice defensive play by Hajnowski. That was on Curto. Curto, again, the most dangerous guy on the field right now.
And again, you go back to last week against Central Columbia. He ran an 85-yard kickoff back for a score. He had all 3 touchdowns, 21 points for Wilson last week.
Shotgun again. They've been in the shotgun, and now they give it to number 39 down there. And he fumbles it. Ball's bouncing around.
And Tornadoes have it.
Brian Eckert, the ball carrier. And Eckert had a nice run going, but he popped it right out of his hands, and he fumbles it.
Right into Brown, Dave Brown.
Is it Brown that picked it up? So 51. Brown recovers the fumble. The Warrior threat is over. And the Red Tornadoes take over 1st and 10 from just outside their 15-yard line.
This is almost what happened to us last week. Last week you saw Dunmore get great field yardage and everything like that. And then they get up to about the 10-yard line and just blow it.
Oshinsky back to pass, sees Medalis immediately. And Medalis tries to make the cut, but slips down. He'll slip down at the 22-yard line. Gain of about 7 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and a long 3.
Number 24, the defender for Nick Crivellaro. He also slipped. He was taking a few steps back on Medalis and slipped and fell. Medalis catches the ball, turns and looks to see where the defender is at, and he does exactly the same thing.
It's pretty humid out here tonight. The grass will tend to be pretty wet.
Right up the middle, the ball's on. I believe the ball was on the ground for a second there too. Did you tell that? I think the ball was on the ground there for a second. Let's see if we have a replay of that.
Well, if it is, it's close to the first down.
Yeah. Well, Brown was in front of it there, but let me see. It's going to be 3rd down and less than 1 where they finally placed it. And we won't see the replay on that, but I thought it hit the ground there for a second, guys. I don't know. I mean, my eyes are going too, so let's not put a lot of credence in what I just said. This time Shinsky, and he's going to try to pick that first down up, and he does. As he just bulls straight ahead. Of course, that's Swank leading the way on that one.
Oh, yeah.
Swank was at Supper Club last night. He is truly a great kid. Had a lot of fun with him last night. Of course, a little remark about his neck. I'm afraid I may still get beaten up for the holidays. But
I was talking to him. He was telling me about that. You were busting on him last night.
He's a good kid, though. He truly is. I like watching him play. All right, it's 1st and 10 for the Red Tornadoes. Ball sitting at the 26-yard line. Puts Matsur in motion. And he's going to go back to Pat. And he's looking. He had Matsura down there along the 40-yard line. He also had Buggy. He had a couple of guys open at one time there as the Warrior defense, and you can see them talking to each other going back. Somebody got screwed up in that defensive backfield, but it did not hurt him. as we don't complete the pass, at least that time. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10 now.
Not every day you see something like that happen. Steve Metzger drop a pass.
Yeah, hit him. Well,
it was behind him.
And he was turning the other way. But what I really thought was odd was that both of them were open. He had Buggy open also in that backfield. So the Warriors need to figure out what went wrong on that one before the snap of this one. This time we're going to head it back to Litkavich, and Litkavich with the ball, the freshman, he takes it up to about the 29-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd down now and 7.
Tell you what, you look at him out there at number 2, Litkavich. You wouldn't think he was a freshman.
No, he doesn't play like one, that's for sure. We talked about him earlier in the year about the what kind of athlete he was and the potential. And the next 3 years are going to bring us with him. He's quite an athlete.
I remember watching him in the Coltmont Cougars. Tore the field up.
Chinsky back to pass. A lot of pressure. He evades it. And he's heading down there, and he's trying to hit Lashinsky, the fullback, but he was running pretty hard while he was trying to throw it. So it's going to bring up 4th down, and the Red Tornadoes will be forced to punt here. Actually, there's a play where he could have kept running, to tell you. Yeah. He had enough ahead of steam on him, and he tried to slow up enough to throw, and it's really hard to do that. It's hard to get your arm stopped to do that.
He did split the pressure, stepped into the pocket, and he had a nice seam to continue running.
So he's now back to punt as he does the punting chores, as you know, and he lets it rip, and he's trying to get it down there to 35. Andre White. Andre White's going to let it go, and it'll be blown dead right at the 40-yard line, where the Warriors will take over 1st and 10.
It's the first time we've seen Mount Carmel punt since the Selinsgrove game. I don't believe that they punted the ball at all last week.
No, they probably didn't. You're right.
I think that's because every possession they were scoring, but that's besides the point.
Pretty much had their way last week with the Bucks of Dunmore, and we'll see how there's about 4 minutes and 21 seconds left there in the first quarter. Good field position as number 17, Chris Stalker, back in that shotgun where he spends most of his time on offense. He's looking again, and he's got number 35. He has White this time. Nice slant play as White takes it into Red Tornado territory down at the Red Tornado 39-yard line. Good enough for the 1st down. And this Stalker kid is dangerous, Wayne.
Yeah, he is. He's a good passer, and all he is doing is just stepping straight back. He takes 2 extra steps back from the shotgun position, and that tight end is just coming straight, or the split end is just coming straight across on a slant play.
All right, he's got 2 guys out to his left, 1 to his right. 2 guys in there for blocking, but he hands it off this time. And it goes nowhere. No gain on the play. In fact, he may have lost a little bit as number 36 gets off the pile, and that's Labatch. And Labatch is the fullback in this formation. It's a split formation all the time, but they consider one a tailback and one a fullback. They have not left this formation since the beginning of the game. It's all they've run. They're comfortable with him in that shotgun, and that's where he's going to probably stay, it looks like, for the game, although he leaves 1 guy in now. He leaves Eckert in for protection as he's now got a split end out there, and he's looking down at that split end. That was number 36. And 36, Labatch bobbled the ball but got crushed after he did. And that's a come on over the side again and see how it feels kind of hit there.
Stephen Mitsur just put his shoulder down and just whacked him, and I think what happened, he heard some footsteps because the ball did hit him right in the hands. It was a good pass, although very short. They would have only picked up maybe a yard on the play, if that.
So it's 3rd and 10, 3rd and actually a little more than 10 as they lost some yardage on the first ground play that they had. But Stalker now back, and he'll keep firing apparently under a lot of pressure this time, and this time he lets it loose. And too long, he was trying to hit Curto down there. Wargo on the defense for the Red Tornadoes. He was good position. It brings up 4th down now. And we'll see what the Warriors elect to do, whether they want to punt and get field position. That looks like what they're going to do is they are exchanging players here now.
Tornadoes changing up the defense that time. They, instead of having a 5-man line, they came in, they rushed only 3 interior linemen. Everybody else had dropped back into a zone.
Number 8 back to punt. His name is Dana Ackerman, D-E-Y-N-A. I've not seen that name before. So Dana Ackerman to punt for the Warriors. Down deep is Wargo and Litkavich.
Beautiful kick.
Great kick, but way long as he kicks it right out of the end zone before it hits the ground even. So the Red Tornadoes will get it back on the 20-yard line. Unfortunately, That's a 20-yard kick all said and done when he's done with it. He really put his foot into it, but he didn't need that much distance.
That was one of the most impressive kicks I've seen in my life.
Well, now don't get over dramatic.
No,
now.
I'm being serious for a high school
You
kid.
got to get out more then. Come on now. In your life.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm supposed to be saying that kind of stuff, first of all.
I just feel bad because of that comment I made against Dunmore last week. And I'm trying to build myself back up here.
Pilarski on the carry, picks up 5 yards in the play out to the 25. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Red Tornadoes.
That was a nice kick.
It was a nice kick, right, but it can't be the best one of your life now.
Well,
Come on.
I'm not doing this 12 years either.
All right.
I'm only alive 16.
Stick with me. Stay away from him. You'll be fine.
Dave, no, please.
Here we go.
Stick with you. Good golly, Miss Molly.
You heard it. Not going to let you lead him down the path.
Another husband and wife situation.
Shinsky goes back to pass, and he'll keep it now and run.
Dave was looking over to the sideline. There must have been a little mix-up on the play or whatever, and he was looking over to coach to see if he wanted to call timeout. Certainly on that type of play, it sort of looked like it was a misplay, miscalled play. He must have been missing someone there.
So it brings up 3rd and 4 for the Red Tornadoes.
Shinsky got clobbered there by the linebacker, LeBach.
High formation. And he's going to pass, and he's looking downfield. He's got Matsura down there who has the ball. Nice catch by Matsura. And Matsura is still loose on the field there. He'll be brought down finally by Pete Debeck, number 34. But not for Matsura. Takes it into Warrior territory down to the 24-yard line, folks. What a pass play and what a run by Matsura. And Matsura kind of dinged up here for the game. We're worried about where he was going to play even tonight.
Well, I don't think he has to worry anymore. I'll tell you what. Between him and Medalis catching the passes like they are, they're just moving the ball down the field.
Wilsonboro sidelines right about now probably saying, ouch.
Absolutely, as Matsura really shows some nifty moves down there. And he is such a tough guy to bring down.
You saw that last week.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like somebody rubbed him in butter.
He was at Supper Club last night, too. And there's another guy, so quiet. Never raises his voice or anything. You just don't even know he's there, and before you know it, he killed you. And he's coming back, folks. I mean, that's one of the joys of him, is you see him again. So, timeout on the field here. 1 minute 39 seconds remaining here in the first quarter of play. The Red Tornadoes leading 7-0. And Coach Brennan wandering out to that huddle to have a little talk with his guy, Coach Comp, on the other side of the line at the Warrior huddle. And he's trying to get his guys to figure out the passing attack, as Shinsky right now is eating them alive through the air.
I think they definitely, I mean, they're even hurting on the run plays a little bit, but they definitely have to do something for their defensive backs and set up some type of a scheme that they do some coverage a little bit better. You take a look even in some of the other passes, as you stated, Warren, in this whole first quarter, that we've had 2 men open. Dave has his pick of who he wants to throw to down there.
Speaking of Matsura, he's really making a lot of people proud. I live next to his grandmother, Mrs. Feudale, and she's always telling me how proud of him she is, and that she's really proud of him.
That's what grandmothers are for. That's what you need them for. In fact, they keep telling you that. I didn't realize how careful. Wayne, he's actually got to be pretty careful. Unlike me and you, he's got to see these guys the next time.
Yeah, I know.
We get away with this. I got to remember that about him. He's got to watch what he's saying here. Fake it to Pilarski, looks downfield, and he was trying to get down there to Wargo, but it was deflected on the line of scrimmage.
76 comes up. In fact, there was a nice lane there going right down the middle of the field for Dave Shinsky, but 76 just jumped up in the air and blocked the pass.
So it brings up 2nd and 10 now for the Red Tornadoes. Ball at the Warrior 24-yard line as we send in the big tight end and the freshman. And Wargo comes trotting out, and so will Medalis.
Number 2, Drew LeCavage is in.
Were you talking about me before?
Yeah. I mean, because I'm laughing because he and I get away with saying things. We don't see those guys like for weeks. You say you got to see them, the following day. So I know what that's like. LeCavage, and he takes it. He's got himself a lane. He plays off a block And he's still going,
nice.
and he'll take it down to about the 16-yard line.
Appears that he lost his balance, but he maintained some good yardage in that play.
And he's short of the first down by 2 yards. It'll bring up 3rd down and 2. You're right. Nice. That was a nice play as somebody got his foot there, and he still kept his balance. So 3rd and 2 now for the Red Tornadoes, deep in Warrior territory again at the 107 mark. And Brown now into the lineup, the big guy, the big fullback, who's been running like a freight train in the second half of this season. He'll line up in the backfield back there along with Matsura as Wargo and Ledkavich go wide, and the big tight end is also on the other side of the line. And we send the fullback in motion, and Matsura was going to follow him, but number 39, Brian Eckert, hit Matsura and brought him down quick. Matsura got to the 15-yard line. It's now 4th and 1.
I'll tell you what, it looked like he came from his linebacker position there, and Brown led through the hole. He did not make his move until Brown pass went by him. There was a nice seam there for Matsura, number 21.
As much as I hate to say it, he got nailed on that play.
Yeah, he did. It was a good hit by the linebacker there on Matsura, but he picks up a yard and gives him a short yardage situation on 4th down as we go to the I formation with Brown in front of Pilarski. And it's Brown. Oh, my goodness, and Brown is stopped on the 4th down play.
39 again.
Right again. Eckert on a good play. And again, 53 in there also helping out John Cuningas.
God bless you.
Cuningas. A little tough one on that one. But the Warriors stopped the Red Tornadoes on a 4th and 1, and that's uncharacteristic of this offense, but they do it. They take over, the ball sitting right at the 15-yard line where it's 1st and 10 Warriors.
Eckert was the one that made 3 big plays for Wilson.
And we see this lineup, something you want to watch here. Brown, 51, Wayne, is playing in that linebacker slot instead of Matsura. Knocked down there, and that's Buggy. Gets up with those big arms. Rejected it.
See this on the replay.
Watch this as he gets, look how far up he gets. Boom. And he puts it down. 2nd and 10 now for the Warriors. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the first quarter of play here at Mount Carmel Area High School Stadium. Mount Carmel Area leading 7-0. And, of course, this is WKMC TV, the broadcast arm of Mount Carmel Area High School. We broadcast directly from the campus. At the high school, we are an instructional fixed television service. And, of course, you catch us every Wednesday night of the football season, Channel 13, 8 o'clock, courtesy of our friends at the Service Electric Cable System. All right, here we go. We start the second quarter out here. The ball's on the 15. It's 2nd and 10 for the Warriors. Number 17, Chris Stalker, the quarterback. He has been in shotgun formation on every play offensively. That will be where he will be tonight. This time, no one in the backfield. He's got everybody out to his left, but he goes down the middle and he finds Eckert, 39, and 39 will be right at the 25-yard line where I believe it's 1st and 10. It is, where they place it down at the 26 finally. Enough for the first down.
He's limping off the field.
And 39 got hit, and he is leaving the field right now, and he's holding, it looks like
his hip. That looks like a hip pointer.
Oh, my goodness, he's in
and
pain.
Those are the worst.
Oh, yeah.
Worst that you could ever have.
And I traditionally always had weak hips to begin with. You know, I had to be more careful than most.
I thought you used to be a belly dancer.
Well, that too, but I had weak hips when I did it.
That's a big loss for Wilson Borough.
Yeah, 39 really had a great game going, Eckert, and they'll miss him as Stalker goes back now. And he looks to pass as he does on most plays. This time no one's open, and he's going to be brought down as Cuff finally whacks him.
Now you take a look here at the Tornado defense, and Warren is right. The one that you do not see there is number 21, Matsura, in his usual linebacker position. We have him pulled back into a corner. He's picking up one of the receivers, the slot man to man. We pulled Brown out of the line, and we put Brown up into that position. Now the only thing I might be questioning here is Coach getting ready for next season by giving Brown a little bit of experience in that linebacking position, seeing that we have enough of men are enough of boys to fill in that nose guard position where Brown has been playing.
Well, Mansour he's nursing a groin pull and an ankle sprain. They were truly concerned about his playing ability. That we had thought maybe we'd see him only on offense. Of course, he said no. It's going to be defense, but I think they're protecting him a little bit by getting him out of that linebacker spot. So Stalker now hands it off, and he'll take it up to about the 39-yard line on the play. Number 36 with the ball, it's Ed Labatch, the fullback. The ground game we have not seen much of, and it has not been extremely successful, but they don't use it much.
But every time we've seen it, they've been running the same exact play.
Yeah, well, you got to remember in that shotgun formation, he doesn't have a lot of choices. You're either going right or left off of him, and he's already 3 or 4 yards back. So it's not a traditional running game off of a shotgun formation like that, and he's been in. He's going to, I assume, we'll see it in the rest of the game that way. You got 2nd and 6 now, and Stalker's looking around down there, and he's trying to go long, and he does. He's got Curto. As Curto, the pass was short, but Curto adjusted to it, and he'll pick up the first down and also take the ball into Red Tornado territory once again at the Red Tornado 38-yard line, where it's 1st and 10 Warriors.
Yeah, most of the passes, they've been coming to this side where Ben Hynoski, they're trying to isolate Curto, Tony, on Ben, one-on-one, looking for Curto to catch the ball. Maybe same thing that we do with Mansour, break loose for some extra yardage.
Stalker will take it, and this time we're going to hand it off now. This time we hand it off to number 36, and that is Labatch again, and Cuff will make the stop for the Red Tornadoes.
Yeah, Cuff is in there. Yusenchak, Fincy is in there.
Pick up of about 5 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5 for the Warriors.
You said about Ben Hynoski before, how they're isolating that receiver on Ben Hynoski. Another reason that might be is because of the cast.
Yeah, well, I mean, actually, yeah. I mean, they are going to pick a little bit on him. But they move Curto around a lot. You see, now he's on the other side of the ball right now. On the other side of the formation as the blitz is on. And Stalker, Cuff all over Stalker. Also Buggy in on there as the two ends crash the formation. And Greco also in on the play for the Red Tornado. So a big loss on the play for the Warriors, back out to the Red Tornado 42-yard line, where it's now 3rd down and 13 for Stalker.
Another big ouch for Wilson Burrow. Very big ouch.
So the Red Tornadoes put some pressure now on that passing formation that the Warriors have been in the entire. It's the first time we've ever seen this year, where the quarterback is in the shotgun formation the entire offense. Short pass now, right, a slant pass. Matsura was on the coverage. He was trying to hit number 24 down there, Nick Crivellaro, and just couldn't catch it. So it'll bring up 4th down now, and the Warriors will elect to punt the ball and try to get field position here, as number 8, Dana Ackerman, will go back. And his last one was a boomer. Unfortunately, it was right out of the end zone. This time he has a little bit more field to work with. Litkavich back there along with Wargo. Good kick by Ackerman. This one's as high as it comes. It bounces the other way along
on the 4-yard line.
Oh my goodness! It's going to be down at the 2, a 2-yard line as it hit at the goal line and bounced back. A great kick by Ackerman, and the Red Tornadoes pinned deep in their own territory at the 2, where they'll go 1st and 10. And that was high. That was a high kick. I mean, he really adjusted from the last one that he kicked.
High kick, it turned over right away for him too, and that really helped. As soon as the ball hits, when the ball's in a tight spiral like that, as soon as it hits, it's going to die right away.
Joe, one of the things I always let him do is let him act like he's a kicking specialist, an expert, so don't ever interrupt him when he's doing that.
I got you.
On the 1st down play, Shinsky on the quarterback sneak. He takes it out to the 5, just trying to get some breather room. A 3-yard gain. 2nd down and 7 coming up.
I will say, though, that I do admire Wayne for knowing the numbers, unlike myself and you.
Really?
Yeah.
The old number thing rises its ugly head here.
I don't get the Lashinskis and Shinskis and everybody else all mixed up.
No, because you never call anybody, so
That's
it's
right.
easy not to get mixed up. This time Pilarski. Pilarski will pick up a couple of yards and then play out to about the 7. He's going to bring up a third down now. Third down, and we're going to say 6.
See, Joe, it always helps when you have everything posted right in front of you.
Well, I can't afford tape either. You're the guy with all the masking tape. I never get a shot at that at all. I'll just muddle through my own way. You know, what can I do? He's mad about the kicking thing now. You see how he turns right away on me? All right, Wargo out, Matsura in. Matsura gives the play to Shinsky, and we'll see what Coach Brennan calls down here as it's third down. And I'm sure he'd like to get a first down and get some breathing room here in case he does have to end up punting the ball at some point. So Shinsky got Matsura in motion. He's going to go back to pass in his end zone, and he does. And it's knocked down on the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up fourth down, and the exact thing that Coach Brennan didn't want to happen will, as the Red Tornadoes will be punting out of their own end zone to the Warriors. Warriors will get good field position on this exchange of punts.
I think in a situation like this, there's an old cartoon that goes back probably to your time, or in Scooby-Doo.
My time?
Yeah.
Are you digging a hole up here tonight or what?
Rut-row. That's
nice kick by Shinsky. He drives White back past the 40. Is White now in trouble? And White's going nowhere, and White caught the ball at the 40, and he'll be stopped at the 44 as he loses 4 yards on the return. The Warriors will take over first and 10, but still in good field position here to start a drive. 7:05 remaining here in the second quarter in a very fast-moving game, guys.
Very fast. I'll tell you what, though, the defense here for Wilson is stiffened up a little bit. The Tornadoes taking the initial kickoff, drove right down the field and scored immediately. Now all of a sudden, it's the field position, and I think it comes back to the punter for Wilson not giving us good field position.
Oh,
right back to him.
Buggy batted it back to Stalker.
And makes the
Stalker
tackle.
Caught
Excellent.
it
What a play.
and ended up losing 6 yards on play. But watch this one, folks. You don't see this very often in football. Stalker was better off to let it hit the ground rather than catch it. But take a look at Stalker. Watch the ball get hit by Buggy. He's going to bounce it right now. You don't see this, but Stalker catches it. And now Stalker's going to start running with it, but a big loss on the play to bring up second.
And Buggy made the tackle.
Yeah, and Buggy he knocks the ball down, knocks it back to the court, and then tackles him. It's 2nd and 16 now as the ball has been pushed back onto the Warriors side of the 50-yard line. And that's a unique play that you see. Stalker looking around, and he's got some time down there, but he throws it, and Matsura nearly intercepted it. He was trying to hit Donaldson, number 30, but Matsura in perfect position, and you can tell how well we scouted them because nobody's being fooled by these. The slant play is covered extremely well. That's the hardest one to cover.
Well, I'll tell you what we've done. We've set up the defense a little bit different. As we said, we pulled Brown off the nose guard position. Instead of having a 5-man line, this is an uncharacteristic defense for the Tornadoes. We're in a 4-man slot running out of a gap right here. We have Greco and Swank being the 2 down linemen.
3rd and 16 now for Stalker as he again looks at that slant, and he gets it this time, but he takes it down only to about the 41-yard line. He got Donaldson that time completed, but it's going to bring up 4th down, and the Warriors will punt as Stalker walks to the sideline. Not enough for the first down as he had 16 yards to try to make up there. So it's 4th and 7, and Ackerman is going to be back in punt formation, and he had an excellent punt the last time around. Some pressure this time from the Red Tornadoes.
Well, I'll tell you what,
again, he lets it up there, and this time Wargo wisely catches it at the 10. That was a good play by Wargo.
Yes, it was. Very good play by Wargo. That's a place right there. I'll tell you what, you're really under a lot of pressure standing on the 10-yard line with your hand up in the air. He didn't have much room to catch that ball, but made an excellent catch. You do not want that ball going any further than the 10-yard line.
No.
They have a little bit more breathing room than what they did the last time. In the last punt, they ended up on the 2-yard line.
I believe we had a penalty on the field. I didn't see the flag down, but I'm still not one down anywhere that I see. But they are talking about it here, and I'm waiting to see. There's a discussion first with us. Now it's among themselves. And we'll wait to see as they try to sort this out and make the call here. It's a legal procedure against the Warriors. The Red Tornadoes, the question is, do they want them to punt it again? I'm guessing that's what they're discussing.
They will have an opportunity either to have him punt 5 yards back or take the ball exactly where it's at, and we're going to punt it over.
Coach Brennan says make them punt it. That was a tough call, to tell you the truth. You know what I mean? You don't know which way that will go.
This here, it is a tough call, and the reason is how very well this kid is kicking tonight. I'll tell you what, he's getting the ball up very high, giving everybody enough time to get down and cover the punt. Now, last time he put it down on the 2-yard line, and he's capable of doing that right from where he's at.
All right, we move the ball back now to the 46-yard line where it'll be snapped from. He'll end up kicking from his own, well, we'll say 44-yard line when he finally kicks it.
Now, Buggy and Cuff put a little more pressure on him last time.
This time we put very little. And this time we are going to get better field position than we do. It's a 10-yard gain.
Yep.
A wise call by Coach Brennan. So Wargo again takes the fair catch, but this time he takes it at the 20 where it's 1st and 10. Red Tornadoes.
You see Cuffy playing the stunt play there right in the center of the field. He looped around behind the line, came right up through the guard in the center, and got his hands up, and that does make a big difference.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Red Tornadoes a little more breathing room on this offensive possession as they'll line it up, and they marched that first opening kickoff, that first drive, took it right in the end zone, but have been stalled ever since. As Pilarski now, and Pilarski's trying to catch the corner. He has a block by Cuff, and he's still moving, and he does, all the way up to the Red Tornado 36-yard line where it's 1st and 10 on the 16-yard run by Pilarski. Boy, he keeps packing on yardage to that 1,000 yards.
I'll tell you what, great pull by Nick Cuff, number 69, to go over and take the defensive end directly out of the pitcher for Pilarski to turn upfield.
Signs of life here by the Red Tornado offense. And this time we go with Pilarski again. He's got a head of steam, and Pilarski's loose. One guy to beat. Pilarski runs right through him, and it takes number 34, Debek, to finally bring him down. You see him run right through that guy.
Perhaps
what a burst of speed.
Perhaps you want to restate that comment again. No, what? By who?
So great. Pilarski, boy, that was pretty.
That was the
old. Saw the kid line up. He ran right through it.
And he had no choice. There were 3 men down there, 3 defenders down there, and he had to make up his mind what he was going to do, and that's what he needed to do.
That was a pretty run. That really was. Again, Pilarski continues to amaze us here as he's a smaller guy, but oh my goodness, when those legs get rolling, he is tough to knock down.
You get him out in the open, nobody's going to catch him.
He gives guys like me hope.
Don't get too hopeful.
What's that supposed to mean?
Never mind.
Uh-oh.
1st and 10 from the...
Here's your friend down there, the little yellow guy.
Oh, look at that. Delay a game. That's an unusual call. So the Red Tornadoes take a delay a game. Coach Brennan's not happy, and he shouldn't be. It'll be 1st and 15 now from the 28-yard line. That's an unusual thing to have happen to you.
How do they call delay a game if they don't have a clock?
Oh, they do. They keep one on the... One guy's always watching on the field.
In fact, it's one of the back judges in the back here that have to...
Lack of experience.
If you take a look, the back judge will raise his hand when there's 5 seconds left.
All right.
Let the quarterback know.
Ooh, fumble on the play.
So the Red Tornadoes fumble the ball, trying to get it to Lashinsky. Ball on the field. The Warriors have recovered, and the Red Tornadoes now back on defense, and the Red Tornadoes have begun to look a little ragged here.
You see right there, the cheerleaders are all spelling out WKMC down there.
All right, go. All right, that is great. Go cheerleaders. All right.
Give them a round.
Yeah, they have it spelled right and all there. Good for them.
I have a tough time spelling WKMC sometimes.
I am impressed. Stocker, and he's on a running play now to number 36, Labatch. And Labatch will take it up over the 35-yard line to the 36.
They're all waving now. The girls are all waving.
It'll bring up 2nd down, and
they're waving at me.
So they're not waving at you. They're waving at me.
No, they're waving at me.
Be serious.
They want the soupy.
You're right. They are waving at you. All right.
think they can get up now.
Yeah, I think they like it down there now. Taking a little nap here in the second period here. It's 2nd and 5 now for the Warriors at their own 41-yard line as Stocker goes back to pass. This time he breaks. He broke away, but I'll tell you why he broke away, because they held Cuff as he was trying to get around. Cuff, somebody reached out and grabbed a hold of him, so the flag went down immediately. It'll be a penalty against the Warriors, and we'll watch them walk it off.
Oh, no. Oh, that's unusual.
What is it?
Ineligible receiver downfield.
That was holding.
Offsides.
Yeah, it was one of them. All right, it's going to bring up, when they get done, they're talking to Yasenchak, of course, the all-time leading tackler.
Yes.
Breaking Joey Costello's, the cast man's record. I said
That's
Cinco
right.
last week, I believe.
Oh, really?
We were talking about Cinkovic earlier in the evening, and I think I said that. It is cast man Costello, although Cinco not too far behind there. But Joey was in the beginning of this run of state championships when we first saw him, and truly a great linebacker. And to have Yasenchak beat him, that is truly quite an accomplishment, as we talked about it last night. And to do it on a goal line like that was even better. So it's 2nd and 10. Stocker's looking around. He's got a lot of time, and my goodness.
Ooh, baby.
Oh, my goodness. That's
Medalis.
Medalis. And that man is still down as a horrific hit on the sideline.
He exploded at
God,
the very last second.
Pete Gaddy got freight trained, and all he got out of the thing was about a yard. It's 3rd and 9.
Right there.
Look at this hit. Oh, goodness gracious. So 3rd and 9, you don't need to get a yard for that kind of hit. That's not right to get. So
it's not worth it.
Gaddy just came back in and said, don't ever do that again. Stocker has nobody in the backfield. He's got everybody lined up there to catch this pass, and he's throwing it right down there, and he's got number 35, Andre White, but he's short of the first down.
Yeah, he tried his darndest not to go out of bounds. We were trying to spin him around and throw him out before he made the first down. And again, they give him the placement on that.
That was the poorest spot of the year, and we've seen some pretty stupid spots.
Now, that's surprising.
That's not a first down. I'm telling you, it's not a first down. You can't give the kid a first down when he didn't get there.
He was about 2 yards off of the first down.
My goodness. I know. No, I don't know. The heck with it. It was wrong.
It was a good call. Instant replay showed a good call right down the line of scrimmage. And listen to you two.
Baby.
And, of course, the mentor and Joe just sides with him, of course.
It was a good call. All right, Stocker airs it out there. He's trying to get to Curto, and he does. Curto in Red Tornado territory at the 29-yard line. Curto is dangerous as we said he was at the start of this game.
Not only that, but the quarterback is also dangerous. Yeah. Not only throwing the slant passes as accurate as he is, but here's now a timing pass where he puts it up in the air and lets Curto run underneath it.
There's 2:40 remaining here in the second quarter. And once again, the Warriors threatening at the Mount Carmel area 29-yard line. Stocker has had a great game here out of the shotgun formation. Swank chases him, and he's running. I believe it was a running play
Yes, it was.
It's not a play they ought to run very often. Swank was in there and chasing him and really tried to chase him down and finally did. Yasenchak and Brown also over there on the stop, but it's going to lose. It loses about a yard, so it's 2nd and 11. That's not a play they're going to be successful with, I don't think. Number 17 is a prolific passer, obviously, but the other thing I noticed about him, he's not very quick. He's not going to outrun you.
That doesn't matter. I'd cry.
You'd cry?
Yeah.
Brown looks like he was going to blitz. Stocker then changes the play as he yells the play out. Now Brown does blitz. And we go back to Curto again, and this time way long as Curto actually broke his route for a second to see what was going on. Curto did that because he sensed the blitz also, and he turned around to see if the quarterback was in trouble. The quarterback just let it fly, and it was way over Curto's head. So it's 3rd and 11 now for the Warriors back at the Red Tornado 31-yard line, a little less than that.
It's not something you see every day. A quarterback calling an audible in a high school football game.
Yeah, this kid's pretty savvy. He really is. Stalker impresses me as a quarterback here. And he's going to look in that flat there, and he's got a guy in the flat, and it's number 36.
How do you get home?
Labatch. And Labatch did not get the first down. I didn't see who brought him down. Who brought him down, Wayne? Did you get a look at that?
That was number 29. Damian Buggy came across and made the hit.
So it's 4th and 3, and this is what we talked about before, and I was wrong. It is Derek Eckert. Eckert, the other Eckert, 13, will attempt the field goal. And I told you he would do it from everywhere in the field. He is a prolific field goal kicker, and he's going to be something to watch here as he gets it ready to go. How long is it, Wayne?
40. This will be a 40-yard kick. And, ooh, baby.
You call it.
Good.
And he is good.
So Eckert, and we said he would do it, and he did it. Kicks a field goal at 1:04 of the second quarter, and it is now Mount Carmel area 7 and the Warriors 3. To line it up here. He's got Pilarski sitting down there right in the middle. He's got Letkavich on one side and Wargo on the other. That was a nice field goal attempt by Eckert. It really was. Wargo's going to take it as it bounces right in front of him at the 10. He takes it at the 8. He heads upfield. He's got a crease in front of him.
I'll tell you what. 76. Just lunged at him.
What a hit on Wargo, but I'll tell you what, if he wouldn't have hit him, he was a touchdown.
That was a touchdown. There was a seam there like you wouldn't believe.
Watch
for
this.
Wargo.
Oh!
That hit saved the touchdown.
That was Dwayne Clark for the Warriors on the big hit on Wargo, and Wargo bounced right back up. So it's 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes at their own 29-yard line. Go to Pilarski on a draw play, and Pilarski will take it. He'll gain about 2 yards on the play. Be 2nd down and 8 as the Warriors are starting to feel a little momentum here.
Yeah, they played a good defensive game ever since we scored right there at the initial kickoff. They've made some big plays when they had to make the big plays.
Shinsky looking downfield. He's got a guy. Let's see who that is. Is that Buggy down there?
No, I think that's Morgan.
Morgan.
Nate Morgan, number
28.
28.
29 or 28, all the way on the far side.
Yep. Picks
Morgan.
up the first down, steps out of bounds to kill the clock, and that's exactly what we need to do right now. 25.5 seconds left in this half, and we want to try to use the sidelines as much as possible. Use our timeouts when it's needed.
So Morgan comes in, catches a pass, and comes back out. Wargo goes in with him, and so does Medalis back, and we take the big linebacker out. First and 10. Shinsky in the shotgun. And he fires down to Medalis, and that was a pretty pass. Medalis loose. Medalis will take it out of bounds in Warrior territory at the Warrior 41-yard line. There are 18 seconds left here in the first half of play.
Great move by Medalis after he catches the ball, and he's sort of patting that move, since the North Schuylkill game coming in here, catching that ball, and all he's doing is feeling where the defender is and either turning inside or outside. This time he goes to the inside of the field. Defender makes a missed tackle on him, and he picks up an extra 5 yards, but most important, he gets out of bounds.
I want to get it set. I'm not sure what they're waiting for here as it's an official's timeout, and they're looking at something here on the sideline. I'm not sure what it is.
I don't think the chains set in the right place?
You hear the Mount Carmel fans reacting to the situation.
Yeah, the chains look all right. I'm not sure what he did. We didn't do anything different than was already there, but they'll get ready now and go, and they do. Good protection, and he's got Medalis once again out of bounds on a great pass, and that's as good as it gets.
For some reason, he'd called an official's timeout, and it left the defender who was missing on the field for Wilson to get on the field and get into position.
Yeah, it was actually number 11.
Yes.
Poynton wasn't on the field with the first time out there. I'm not sure what they were doing, but I'm still a little bit irked about where that first down marker was on that pass play. So there.
See 76 Dwayne Clark coming into the game in right tackle position, or left tackle, one of them tackles.
One or the other, right? 12 seconds left there. And Shinsky brings him up. It's 1st and 10. Plenty of time, and he looks downfield, and he's looking at Wargo in the end zone. And Wargo, touchdown!
Catch!
Touchdown! What a catch by Wargo!
What a catch between two defenders down there.
Curto and White all over him, and he still caught it for the touchdown.
I'll tell you what, excellent pass by Dave Shinsky, but I'll tell you, Wargo must have glue on his hands because that thing just hit and stuck.
Oh, what a pass, too. How about it by Shinsky? As you're right, he's still red hot. That takes a little wind out of the sails of the Warriors. There were 5 seconds left here in the second half, in the first half.
That was good.
Number 9, Whitecamp puts it up, and it's good. And just like that, it's the Red Tornadoes 14 and the Warriors 3. But that was as good as it gets on a both pass and catch, guys.
I'll tell you what, you take a look at that offensive line that are doing the job blocking for him. And Shasenchik is at the tight end. 59, Nick Bierster. We have number 54, Randy Swank, the center. 69, Nick Goff. John Skinner, number 79, and also number 71 playing the right guard. We have Marshall Merarkey. But Dave Shinsky has more than enough time to sit back there and look over all his receivers. And you can see, you know, what that does. We hit Medalis twice to step out of bounds. We hit Nate Morgan to step out of bounds. And then we launch one all the way down to the goal line to Wargo. And Wargo makes a beautiful catch from a beautiful pass from Dave Shinsky.
That was one of the best plays I've seen in a long time. Same for a long time.
Hey, guys.
Why is everybody hitting Joe when he goes by?
Everybody
they're hitting him in the head.
Every coach came out and took a swipe at him here. All right, we got Curto with the ball. He's still live down there, but he's going to be brought down in there by number 30 for the Red Tornadoes. That's Mark Kovaleski on the final play here of the first half. And the first half ends with the score Mount Carmel area 14, the Warriors of Wilson-Borough 3. And the half ends with a guy on the field down, a Red Tornado, it's Buggy, who's down on that kickoff return, and we'll wait and see how that turns out as we come back for the second half of play. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second half of this exciting Eastern Conference Championship football game between the Red Tornadoes of Mount Carmel area and the Warriors of Wilson-Borough. Wayne will have the first half stats courtesy of Jose Gonzalo, who was up here in person today.
Yes, I know.
An unusual visit.
I did not have to run all the way down onto the field. Jose was up here doing a radio stat with Tommy Ryan. He answered some questions, and probably on some of the records, of course, Jose is just a man of man when it comes down to those things. He knows everything without the book, even in his back pocket.
That's true.
But as he was walking through, he gave us a pat on the back, said we need a couple more touchdowns in the second half, and handed us the paper and kept on going. And that was it. He didn't say, hello, goodbye, nothing else. But on the Tornado side, in the rushing department, we'd seen the Tornadoes come out in the first half, and, right in the initial kickoff, boy, they just drove right down the field and did whatever they wanted. They moved the ball right down, scored very quickly, come back. And ever since then, it was sort of sluggish, I think. Wilson had sort of adjusted a little bit defensively until right with 5 seconds left to go. Beautiful pass by Shinsky to Wargo for the touchdown. But on the Tornado side, in the rushing department, we have 19 carries for 103 yards. Pilarski 7 for 82, and he's having just one heck of a game. Brown 3 for 7, Shinsky 5 for 10, Lashinsky 1 for 2, and LeCavage 1 for 3. In the passing department, I'm telling you what, Shinsky, he's hot again tonight. He's just throwing that ball all over the place. 10 for 14 for 180 yards. Medalis 5 for 82, and we'd seen Medalis at the end of the second quarter. They're driving down the field, catching some passes and stepping out of bounds. Matsur 2 for 71 yards. Wargo 1 for 27 for that score. LeCavage 1 for 8. And Nate Morgan 1 for 8, stepping out of bounds right at the second quarter. First down, 12 for the Tornadoes. On the other side of the field for Wilson and the rushing department, 8, and they are in negative yardage. They have 4 yards lost. In the passing department, 10 of 18 for 123 yards and 7 first downs. And of course, their score coming on a 40-yard field goal from Eckert.
We start the second half of play here with the Red Tornadoes leading 14-3. And the real downside of this is that the last play of the first half, Damian Buggy, number 29, in the kickoff return coverage, got hit. He was hit in the same knee that he damaged last year and lost most of the season. And he has come out on the field here on the cart in the second half on crutches with ice around that knee. I can only hope that it's not a real serious injury. The courage he showed coming back from the first one and the internal fortitude you need to do that is just unbearable. I truly hope this is not a serious thing for Damian. He had a fabulous year this year.
Oh.
We look to him for a fabulous year next year, but he will not play in this second half of play for the Red Tornadoes. So we lost one star player, and they have, because we had not, and we'll see here as we start the second half, we have not seen number 39, Eckert, come into the ball game since he walked off with that looked like a hip injury late in the first quarter. So they've been without him, and he was a real force for the time he was on the field. So it's evened up in injuries again. I hope both of those players are minorly injured. Hopefully, Damian really the same knee, and that's just what worries you more than anything. The knee he wore the brace on to begin with. So our hopes and our prayers will be with him that it's going to be something he can come back from pretty quickly and get back to work for next season.
Just one thing I wanted to say to Damien real quick. If you're watching tonight, Damien, just think, go green, go white. It's an inside thing you guys wouldn't understand.
Okay, White Camp Kid, I haven't understand most of what you told me tonight here. All right, Curto with the ball. Curto cuts it up and along the sideline. White Camp slows him up, but it's going to take Matsura to bring him down as Curto is having a fabulous football game. I told you in the beginning, Curto was the one man that would kill you. And again, Stocker is probably the other one, the quarterback. But Curto, again, on a fine return, he takes it into Mount Carmel area territory at the Mount Carmel 41-yard line where it's 1st and 10, Warriors.
And apparently Central Columbia had seen that last week because Curto was the only one to score all 21 points in regular play. They did win the game in overtime with the field goal.
All right, Stocker there in his familiar position in the shotgun where he spent the entire first half. And he's looking down there, and he threw a flare pass out there. He was trying to hit number 23, Sean Gavin, and it was somewhat low, and Gavin couldn't hold on to it. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. We'll take a look over on the Red Tornado defense, see who was in Buggy's position on that
well, it might be
side.
Greco. I mean, Richard had played in that position earlier, and that's who it is, number 87, Richie Greco.
So Greco starting in place of Buggy here as Stocker lines him up on a 2nd down and 10. This time he's under a little bit of pressure. He's not apt to run much, and he's looking at number 35 down there. He's trying to hit Andre White, but he had Ledkavich and Medalis down there. Plus, because one of the things you notice about this kid, he's a dead accurate kid when he's standing still. But as soon as he starts to move, he has a harder time. Yeah, and he just turned his guy around too many times.
As soon as he gets some motion going forward, the ball takes off on him, and it's usually a high pass and not very accurate. You're right, but some pressure. That's the first time that we've put pressure on him. 69 there, Cuff on that side, and Greco and 59 Bierster putting some big pressure on.
All right, 3rd and 10 now for the Warriors from the Red Tornado 41-yard line. Stocker got to kind of bounce around to him there, and he keeps it, and he's going to go down. He's going to go down at the Red Tornado 36-yard line. He's far short of the 1st down, and we'll see what the Warriors elect to do here as they have a decision to make where they want to go for it. It's 4th, and it's going to be 4th and at least 5, or do they want to kick? And they look like they're going to go for it, and they are. As Stocker remains in the game, Coach Comp yells the play into him. So first gamble of the game here for the Warriors at the 11-12 mark of the 3rd quarter as they go for it on 4th and 5 in Red Tornado territory at the 36. Long count for Stocker, and he's immediately in trouble and being chased down, and he's not going to complete it as Brown hit him just as he's letting go of the ball, and Brown really brought him down. Stocker having trouble getting up, in fact.
I'll tell you what.
Stocker's hurt. Stocker is hurt on the play. I'm not sure what he hurt, Wayne. You see?
I don't know. It looks like
he might have just got the wind knocked out of him.
I'll tell you what,
he stood back up, but he's dazed out there. Look at him. They need to get him off the field, and now there you see him trotting off. But he's like a good hit from Brown, and he's stunned a little bit. He's got to get back there and collect his thoughts. Thankfully, his team is on defense, so he has some time now to work out the cobwebs of whatever that hit was. So Red Tornadoes stop the Warriors on that gamble and take over 1st and 10 from their 36. And we go right to Pilarski. Pilarski trying to catch the corner, and he does. And Pilarski on a nice 11-yard run as Pilarski grows close to passing the 100-yard mark here in the game for him, as he's run as hard as we've seen him run probably all season, Wayne.
Number 32 for the Warriors. Is that
32 is
Tony
Curto.
Curto. He took a big hit from Jared Pilarski that time. Right at the first down marker, as Jared was ready to go over, Curto comes over to make the tackle. Jared exploded. Jared just bent down, put his shoulder down, and exploded. And Curto took a shot into the arm, and he was very slow getting up, and he walked off the field. He's on the sidelines over there.
There's a flag on that play.
Yes, there was. We were waiting to see what they pointed, and they did. It was a holding, I guess. So that play was negated as we watched them try to figure out what they were walking off there. The ball's back at the 26 for the Red Tornadoes, and it's a 1st and 20 now on the penalty. A lot of room for Shinsky. This time he's going to be brought down as he tries to throw it, and he'll get hit. And there it is. They're going to call intentional grounding as he's trying to get them at Sura, and that's a real judgment call there. That's a tough one.
The head umpire called that. And we got two guys from Wilson down over on the right-hand side.
39, a guy I talked about. I just saw. Now he just came back into the game. You see him? He's back in the game, and that's Eckert, but he's also back in the game with a bit of a limp.
Yep.
He's not the same player here.
And I would say he does have a hip pointer. The
way
he is walking.
The way he's holding himself,
yep.
Yeah.
Another player down on the field.
They got 2 players down. The Red Tornado staff is now going to trot out, and that was a tough call on the grounding call. They also showed me, Wayne, they showed me the replay, and they were trying to tell me that the replay where the guy didn't get the first down, he actually did.
Yes.
I'll just do what I normally do and stick to my guns and say no.
Well, that's normal for you, though. Everybody knows
Somehow
that.
They felt I was going to change my opinion of that, but I'm not. The heck with it.
See, they don't know you like I know you. You make a call, you stick by it.
That's right. Right or wrong, I don't care.
Wrong. And I just go on.
Well, that's what makes a lot of men, though.
That's what it is.
Sticking to their guns.
All right or wrong, I'm going at it.
Yeah, but they get shot a lot of times, Joe, when they do that.
Yeah.
Look alive, Paul. Come on now. Pull yourself together. New cameraman up here. Amy got replaced. I'm not sure what happened there. But Paul's here now. He's not happy, or he is happy. I can't tell.
Did we get a list of all the active members tonight?
No, we didn't do that yet. I'm thinking someone's going to run that up at the last minute. We would like to mention everybody one last time, unless you are prepared to do that from memory.
Well, I have a pretty good idea who's all here tonight, who's not. I can pull this one off.
Well, later on, we're going to ask you to do that. Not right now, but later on, we just need to know who is here.
And you know how you were worried about the football players if you make a bad call? Go ahead, you miss one of them. You're going to be working with just headsets and no mouthpiece next time.
Well, I understand that he's already asked for a director's chair and everything, and things are turning ugly already down there.
You're really hurting me here, Wayne. Will you protect me? Protect me.
Up here, it's every man for himself.
Oh, I see how you are.
It's a dog-eat-dog world up here, Joe.
Benedict Arnold, are you?
It's best to learn this early. You have no friends. All right, the 2 guys from the Warriors have gotten up, and thankfully they're both walking off. It was 58 and 22 down there. Number 58 is Jeremiah Santo, and number 22, Gaddy. It's the second time Gaddy had to wander off the field today. He's a tough little guy, so we expect to see him back. And again, I said 39 now back into the game for the Warriors, but noticeably different, and we think he has a hip pointer. Was probably the injury that he got hit with. It's 2nd and 27 as Pilarski will carry the ball up to the 20-yard line. It's a gain of about 21, say 3 yards on the play.
It's a beautiful hole that opened up for him, but Eckert just came right up at it or out of nowhere and nailed him.
So the Red Tornadoes will be faced with a 3rd and 24, let's say. 3rd and ugly.
A not so good thing.
No, not so good thing for sure for the Red Tornadoes. They've just been pretty much stumped there on offense ever since the opening drive, except for that beautiful play down in the end zone with Wargo on the touchdown
what
pass.
What a play. That's the play of the week.
All right, Shinsky's in the shotgun, and he's going to let it go down there. He's trying to get him at Dallas, but he was high. So it'll be 4th down, and Shinsky will drop back in punt position, and the Warriors will get good field position here with the 9:40 mark of the 3rd quarter.
I'm not so sure about that one. I think he was throwing it to Doc Greco. Doc Greco had his hands up in the air waiting for that one.
And Doc Greco, I understand, still has enough athletic ability to catch those passes and throw them, from what I understand. Talking with him not too long ago at Supper Club. Look at this punt. Oh, my goodness. Look at this kick. Look at this. Now.
Now make the call.
I'm not sure. Look at all the way down to the 14-yard line. You're going to add that one up.
I don't even know where he started from.
He started from the 20-yard line. That's where the ball was centered from.
It's a beautiful kick, indeed.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, 60? That'd be 65, 66 yards.
All right, 66 yards, folks, on the kick for Shinsky as he just shot a rocket off his foot.
Hey, I'm waiting for somebody to say that had to be the best punt they've ever seen.
That's the best one I saw in my life.
You're not kidding.
Now there.
Who would that be?
So forget field position as the Warriors are now back down at their own 14-yard line on the Thunder punt. Intercepted.
Did he get?
Yes, he did. That's number 47 for the Red Tornadoes, Matt Kufta, as he picks it off the ground. Watch it, folks. Coming at you here. You're going to see the hit.
Wargo makes the tip.
Now watch this.
Oh, my goodness.
Here's Kufta, and he just picks it. Oh, yeah. With inches to spare, he picks it off the ground, and the Red Tornadoes are in business at the Warrior 22-yard line.
Yeah, Timmy Wargo, number 27, back in perfect position. Right into the lane in the zone and puts a hand on the ball and tips it up.
So the Red Tornadoes now inspired all of a sudden by the big punt, Pilarski. And he's got some people out in front of him. What a block.
Blocking. Nice
Look
block
at that
by
block.
Skinner.
Yes. He'll take it down to the 2-yard line. And it's 1st and goal from the 2 as Pilarski read big number 79 was out
Johnny
there.
Skinner.
Oh,
did he lay a
Skinner
block.
Buried his man.
Woo.
Oh, yeah.
There's like a biodome over the Silver Bowl right now, and the atmosphere is unlike anything that I've seen before in a long time.
Yeah, Skinner buried him on the. You saw that being set up.
Yeah.
And Pilarski just read it perfectly. They set it down at the 3, so it's 1st and goal from the 3. Got the power I formation out there, and there's a flag down because we moved too early. So it's going to be 1st and goal from the 8 as we jumped in the backfield.
Tell you what, John Skinner, what an excellent play that time. He pulled and moved out. He is only a sophomore, 6'5", 265 pounds, and he just pummeled that end.
All right, so we'll mark this thing off. That's one of the few penalties the Red Tornadoes have had tonight. They played it in the first half, error-free football. They've had a tougher time here in the second half, but still all down deep in Warrior territory here. They lead 14-3 at the 8:40 mark of the 3rd quarter as Shinsky brings him up. He still has the power I roll in there. And they give it to Pilarski, and let Pilarski follow his way through there, and he's going to go around, and he bulls his way into the end zone. Jared Pilarski for the touchdown for the Red Tornadoes. And again, he just stuck his head down. Watch it coming right at you, folks. Look at the train he's got in front of him. And here they come. You got Matsura and Brown leading the way. Pilarski's watching the blocks. Now watch when he gets to the end zone, right here, there. How about that? That's number 24. That's Crivellaro. He said to him, hey, Nick, how'd you like to take a ride into the end zone with me?
What a great replay by Josh Yeager down there in the shoulder mount count.
Absolutely. Whitecamp puts it up, and he puts it up good. And now, at the 8:30 mark of the game in the 3rd quarter, it is Mount Carmel area 21. The Warriors of Wilson Borough 3, and I never get enough watching Pilarski when he buries his head like that. That was just hard running.
The hard running, I'll tell you what, some great blocking because Wilson has been stringing it out fairly well, but I'll tell you, you got 2 guys out there like Matsura and Brown out in front of you, and Pilarski did exactly what he had to do. He headed for the cone, for that pylon, strung it out as much as he possibly can, and at the very last minute, he put his shoulder down right behind Matsura, tucked it in, and powered over for the touchdown.
He just smacked Crivellaro right into the end zone with him as he got in. He's over 100 yards now in the football game. And again, just keep adding to that 1,000 yards is Jared Pilarski in a fabulous senior year here for the young man. And just a great young man.
Yes,
absolutely a great young man to talk with and be around.
And
I feel good for him up
there. You go
there.
back to the middle of the season. Remember, he was hurt. He was hurt in the Allentown Central Catholic game, and he sort of, nursed that ankle a little bit.
White trying to pick his way upfield, but he won't do it. He stopped down at the 33-yard line, and a flag goes down. Late, very late after the play, in fact. And we'll see what they call here.
See, they have to have a quota of the number of times that flag hits the ground.
Face mask.
You know.
So a face mask call on the Red Tornadoes. They've had a couple of penalties in a short time here.
Yes.
But still lead the football game here. They'll march a big one. It's 15 against the Red Tornadoes. We've not had our way with the umpires so far tonight. They've not gone our way much. But this thing was set up by the booming punt, and then by the shoestring interception by Kufta, and a startling amount of events there. 3 things in a row hits as Pilarski takes it then down to the 3 and then finishes the thing off. So the Red Tornadoes now playing some inspired football, and a rare running play goes to number 23, Gavin, and Gavin gets around the end. He'll pick up 7 yards, and that, when I say rare, is rare. They might have run the ball. How many times did they run the ball in the first half? I forgot what the number was.
They're rushing 8 times.
Yeah, they're not a real big running team.
No.
You don't see them do it much, so it's going to be 2nd down and 3 on the 7-yard gain by the Warriors there in Mount Carmel area territory at the Red Tornado 46-yard line. Cuff completely blows that play up. That's like, don't fool me with that play, as Nick Cuff eats Stalker alive back in the Warrior territory at the Warrior 46.
I'll tell you what.
Take a look at this play here.
Excellent job. It looked like he tried to get to the outside, and Cuffy just made sure that he did not do that. Number 63 playing in the interior to defensive line is Tom Bagashinsky moving in. And of course, we've had some switching around to do a little bit. Rich Greco was playing in that position. We had to move him to the defensive end position.
Stalker back. He's under pressure from Cuff already. He gets the corner, but he's not going to get the first down. I don't believe it. I'll wait till I see where they do it. But he stepped out much before the first down mark. Let me see where they put him down at finally. All right, they put him down at the 47-yard line of the Red Tornado, so he's going to come up short. The chain has moved over there. I wasn't sure where they were going there, but they got him back. It brings up 4th and 4 for the Warriors, and they will go for it again.
They have no choice. The way the Tornadoes are moving the ball now. And plus, defensively, the Tornadoes have turned it up this half, and they're putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
All right, Stalker brings them up here. He's got everybody spread except one guy who's standing in the backfield with him, and he's going to go out in that flare pattern. Stalker looks down the field, and he did not get it. He threw a nice pass in there. He was well covered. He was trying to hit 36 down there, Labatch. Labatch does not hold on, and the Warriors turn the ball over on downs to the Red Tornadoes. The Red Tornadoes now 1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line.
Wilson Burroughs defense better start pulling some tricks out of their bag if they're going to be able to stop Mount Carmel. Mount Carmel's had some quite impressive offensive series here. And
well, that's true. They can't allow the Red Tornadoes to score anymore. The game will get away from them. It's simple as that. It's time is becoming a factor as we get it out to Pilarski. And Pilarski will take it over the 50-yard line. He's hit hard in there by number 39, Eckert, the guy that I talked about. Eckert had something to say to him, but quite frankly, what do you say to a kid that just run all over the team for the first part of the football game?
And plus, he picked up 3 yards there.
Yeah, so
4 yards. It's not much to talk about.
So it's 2nd down and 7 as the ball's inched over the midfield stripe into Warrior territory. We're watching some guys here at Course Wayne for the last time tonight in their careers here at Mount Carmel area. So these seniors are playing their final game. Shinsky drops it back. He's got good protection. He looks down the middle. He's got Madalis over the middle. Madalis down at the 39-yard line where, again, it's 1st and 10 as that the flag on the play far back where Shinsky threw the ball, in fact. And we're going to call roughing the passer. So one goes our way for the first time this evening just about. But they'll tack on. Is that a 15? Is that 15 more?
I would say.
So 15 more on to the end of that play. And just like that, the Red Tornadoes are now in scoring position again, deep in Warrior territory, and they'll finally set the thing down.
23-yard line?
20, yeah, somewhere right around 20, let's see, 23. Yeah, let's say the 23-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 Red Tornadoes deep in Warrior territory.
You were talking about the seniors before, how this is the last night for Matt Madalis, one of those kids. He's a senior, had a great career here at Mount Carmel. He's having a great night here tonight.
Yes, he is. Shinsky fakes it to everybody, and he looks downfield, and he's got, he tried to get Matsura down there. He had the big tight. That's the second time that same play. Remember Matsura and Buggy the first time. This time we had the other tight end, Yasenchek, in the same area there as they flood one area and throw the pass down. Matsura couldn't hang on to it. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 now, and Yasenchek will come out, and we'll see who they send in there. My bet is it's going to be Wargo. I thought that's who it would go to.
Did you really think
Wargo coming on in the second half of this season big time too, Joe.
Well, did you really think that was Wargo going in there, or did you just say that when you saw him running in?
Now, Joe, don't turn on me.
You turned on me.
Oh, that's true. Okay, all right. All right, Shinsky's going to be under pressure. He's trying to set up a screen pass.
Oh, and he does.
Lashinsky, and he's got some room.
And he has, look at Marshall Morarki.
Yeah, Lashinsky. 24-yard screen pass. Shinsky to Lashinsky, and you see the fullback when he gets ahead of steamroll. And watch him. Here you'll see it. He fakes it. He fakes to Matsura. Look how many people get drawn away from him, and then boom. Lashinsky has one guy, and he's going to get hit
and
down
he has
here.
Marshall Morarki, 71, right in front of him, all the way down the field. There's Skinner that passed him out, making a block. And nobody touches Mike Lashinsky going in for the touchdown. And again, you can see the speed that Mike Lashinsky brings onto the field as soon as he catches that ball, Bourne.
Morarki and Skinner, two great blocks down there. Once again, Skinner, he's just out front mauling people right now. At the 5:36 mark of the third period of play here at Mount Carmel Area's Silver Bowl, it is now the Red Tornadoes 28, Wilson-Borough 3 in the Eastern Conference 2A championship football game.
And you know what? I knew we were going to win tonight.
Oh, yeah?
Because when we started the broadcast, you came off with the championship. And I haven't heard you say that in a while. So I knew right away that this was a game we were walking away with.
Just wanted to mention something real quick, Warren. You mentioned the Morarki name. You know those soupies you got over there.
Oh, absolutely.
Gary Morarki from Morarki's Market in Coltmont. Thanks a lot.
We are indebted to you for the soupies, and I want to mention one other thing. I want to thank them, and we had our time with them at halftime. But Wayne, Dave Shinsky, at Supper Club last night, he brought me a soupy. Now, you weren't there, and he forgot to bring yours.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a shame.
Oh, man. Well, you know what? I'll stop down at the house, and I'll find out.
Fumble. The Warriors fall back on it as Whitecamp fooled them. I'm not sure. I think they recovered. It looked like they did. Greco's on the bottom, but he didn't come up with it. The Wilson will keep the ball. It'll be at the Wilson-Borough 46-yard line. But, he forgot to bring yours, but said he would try to get it to you, at some point. But I want to thank Dave for the soupy at Supper Club last night.
Well, I'll tell you what, you were just ratted on because they just came over the headset from down in the truck yelling very loud. Wayne, don't believe him. He brought two soupies last night.
They are such squealers down there. They are total squealers.
No, thanks to all these people that really take care of us, during the season. We do appreciate it.
All right, another rare run play is number 23, Sean Gavin.
Ooh.
And Gavin will be whacked out of bounds down there by Ledkavich.
Coach is Matt. Number 47 for the Tornadoes, Matt Kufta, did come up from the corner position. But the guy was on his back all the way. Actually, that was pushing in the back. There should have been a flag there.
So Kufta having himself a nice defensive effort here for the Red Tornadoes tonight, as he's been all over the field, including an interception.
Yep.
Everybody has their faulty moments. I believe you guys have too. including myself.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think
I'd
so.
like to be able to prove one of them. All right, Stalker back in the familiar shotgun. And it goes
right between his legs.
Right between his legs. As he sends it down, and Medalis intercepts it.
Medalis.
Medalis with a head of
Look
steam,
at
and
this.
he'll
Take
take
it off. All right,
Medalis.
Oh, did he put on the afterburners on that one?
You see the speed in the middle of the field? Take a look at this one, folks.
He was just saying goodbye to everybody. Look at
51 yards.
Nobody.
Matt Medalis, the senior. Here it is, and boom, when he takes off, you're going to think he's going to go down in the middle of the pack here, but right here,
look at
waving.
this. He's waving. Goodbye, everybody. See ya.
Oh, man.
Northumberland County Airport. Is about to land.
A 51-yard interception by the senior, Matt Medalis. The score now, Mount Carmel area 34. Wilsonboro 3, Whitecamp on the attempt the extra point.
One thing I will mention about myself is that every time I mention somebody's name, they happen to do good.
Well, keep doing that then. Now, Red Tornadoes now in total control of this Eastern Conference game here with 5:02 remaining here in the third period. The Red Tornadoes have pummeled Wilsonboro here in the second half of play, and the Warriors have their work cut out for them. A passing team, not as hard to do as you might think, but this defense has been stifling. And that one was shot in the foot from the beginning as the ball bounced through his legs. And again, as he tried to recover right away, he threw an ill-advised pass, and Medalis was sitting right there waiting for it. But that run, the speed that Medalis showed as he cut through the pack down there was awesome. So the Red Tornadoes, and it's always good to see a senior be able to do that. You know, you like to see that happen.
Especially in the last game of his career.
Yep, you want to see that happen. So Whitecamp's going to tee it up here, and he's going to send it downfield. And again, he hits it on the ground, and it's going to bounce around and trying to give him more time to cover Curto. But it's 23 Gavin, and Gavin takes it up the middle, but he's going nowhere as he stopped at the Warrior 32 yard line. Is that Greco getting off the pack
and Matsura. You know, I mean, Matsura, he's just been all over the place for 2 years now, especially on special teams. And I think, I'll tell you what, I think the big difference in the second half here is the line play defensively by the Tornadoes with Cuff and now Tommy Bagashinsky down there and Greco. And now number 56 is in defensively, Eric Beaver.
A run play up the middle. And number 23 carrying the ball, that's Gavin now. And Gavin will get about 9 or 10. We'll see where they place it. He's very close to the first down. It is 10 yards. So it's 1st and 10 for the Warriors as Gavin picks up 10 on the ground in a rare running play for the Warriors.
Yeah, and again, get back to the amount of pressure that's being put on this quarterback. And I think that's the reason why you're seeing some different type of passing from him in this half.
Another running play. Oh, Yasenchak. Oh, that's Labatch with the ball. But Yasenchak just whacked him.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Vince, he didn't make the tackle. But when he hit him, he drove him all the way back 2 yards to the
oh my goodness,
to the line of scrimmage.
What a crushing hit by Yasenchak. Oh, man. He is something to watch, you got to say. Vince is truly fun to watch play football. All right, it's 2nd down and 8 now for the Warriors. And ball's at the Warrior 45 as Stocker's looking to get a hold of Curto. And Curto dropped the ball, got a little frustrated with Hynoski, but it is what it is. It went right through his hands, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 8 now. Here you see it, a beautiful pass by Stocker, as he's a heck of a good-looking quarterback, this kid, he really is.
Ben could take him.
Here you see it, and you can tell Curto's the best part of that play with Curto all the time is that Curto adjusts back to the ball.
Yes,
it's always underthrown. You know what I mean? I'm not sure they're not underthrowing it by design, but he reacts backward to the ball, and that's
very
where
quickly.
He's picking up the big yardage, but that time right through his hands. So we'll go to 3rd down now, and Stocker will try it again. And this time we're going to hand it to number 36, Labatch, and Labatch will take it up to the 50, and he's going to come about 3 yards short of the first down, where it's 4th down now And the Warriors have not had their greatest moments on 4th down. So we'll see what Coach Compton, pretty much as you said, at 3:35 remaining here in the 3rd period, they've got to go for it at 35-3.
He's got a long way to go for it.
So he sends in Stalker with the play. Number 63, Bagashinsky trots off the field here for a second for the Red Tornadoes. And
John Skinner goes back in for him.
So they're going to hand it off, and they do to number 36, and he got the first down.
Yeah.
Labatch with some good running down there right at the end of that play. He'll pick up the first down. It's 1st and 10 Warriors in Red Tornado territory at the Red Tornado 42-yard line.
And it was all second effort that picked up that first down for him because Greco had him wrapped up.
All right. Skinner
Skinner comes
off the
out.
field there, and he's had himself one whale of a football game.
Eric
so
Beaver
far
comes
tonight.
out.
Beaver comes out. Another guy with a good football game and a good year is Beaver, and a big number 56 down there. And he's a senior. All right, Stalker back. Oh, it's incomplete. Since Stalker got buried by Cuff, and he got buried, he's still on the ground. And
Greco takes
killed
the
whoever the
receiver.
receiver was, so I can't even see the receivers. Went into his own sideline, but there was a play where both guys wished it didn't happen.
Stalker.
Yeah, Cuff really came at him on that play.
I think he's having a tough time thinking where he's at.
When you think about it, you got Cuff the one end. Cuff, he takes the quarterback down, and the other defensive end takes the receiver down.
It's great unity.
And the quarterback is having a difficult time out there, that's for sure.
Oh, Jasenchak all over that. And Vince doesn't know how he didn't intercept that one as it bounces right around him there.
And the receiver wasn't even looking that time, Warren. There was such a quick pass. And I don't know how Vincey was up for that one and had it in his hands. And I think it surprises you that at that point. You know, you get up there and boy, there's that ball and you're looking downfield and just can't hold on.
All right, it's 3rd down and 10 now. Greco comes off the field. We put Leonovich in there, 41 now. He's in the defensive backfield for the Red Tornadoes. Stalker looking downfield, and Jasenchak again. And now he's getting frustrated now. He's thinking, what the heck? He's all over the next pass. It's 4th down and 10 for the Warriors. Jasenchak has now decided just to take the game over on his own.
Yeah, you know what? He's just playing. He's all over the field. He's playing such a good game tonight. Very hard-hitting game, and also, you know, getting back into that zone and closing the lane off, the passing lanes. And there's 2 right there in his hands.
From Medalis to Jasenchak, 2 seniors changing it up, taking the game over for Mount Carmel.
Now the Warriors will punt with a 4th and 10. They had gone for it several other times early in the 3rd quarter, but they'll punt it, and it's nearly blocked. Ackerman gets it off, and it's going to bounce, and it's bouncing sideways a little bit. Now heads downfield a little bit, and it will be down by the Warriors at the Red Tornado 24-yard line. But that time, Ackerman under all kind of pressure from Cuff and company, and did not get his best kickoff. So the Red Tornadoes will start 1st and 10 with a big 35-3 lead here. 2:12 remaining in the 3rd quarter of play.
Again, we've seen the surge here from the offensive line also. Swank to center. We got Cuff and Marshall Merarkey to 2 guards. We got Bierster and John Skinner to tackles, and the tight end is Vince Jasenchak.
This time it's Lashinsky right up the middle. Cuff on the pull block, and he'll pick up. There you see big number 29 down there on the sidelines, and Buggy's just cheering people on and taking a rest there, and guys are coming over to talk to him and give him some words of encouragement. And bring up 2nd down and 9, a yard gain on the play for the Red Tornadoes as we go into the I formation. Shinsky will go back to pass, and he's got Litkevich all alone down there at the 30. And Litkevich takes it up over the 35-yard line, up to the 36, where it's a 1st down for the Red Tornadoes. Shinsky piling up passing yardage here against this Warrior defense.
I'll tell you what, I wish we could get the stats off of Jose close to the end of the game for what Dave has done tonight, because I'll tell you, he has just been fantastic. He was 10 of 14 for 180 yards in the first half.
All right, Shinsky will bring him up. Back to pass again, and this time he looks at Medalis. And Medalis, they're going to say, put his knee down right at the
I don't know
39-yard line. I'm not sure if he did or not. I
don't know
It was
either.
close. I mean, here we'll see. I'll try to see if we see it on the replay. He sends it over, and there you see.
Yeah,
Yes, he
does,
did.
yep.
He was kneeling as he caught it. So brings up a 2nd down and 7. I'll tell you what, there was a dangerous play, because had he not, that was probably a touchdown.
Yeah. I mean, he's just making some great moves tonight. It's just a knack that you need to have. It's something you don't learn. You have to feel where that defender is on your hip, one place or the other, and then you're spinning in the opposite direction. Look at
Vince, the big man, and Vince, I'll take 4 or 5 guys with me. Out to the 46-yard line as Vince just piles around the defense and knocks everybody over.
He was not stopping, was he? He wanted that first down in the worst way and almost picked it up.
The big man, here you see him. He's out in the flat area there. Now you see him catch it. Now you see about 8 guys hit him, and he's still just going to keep pounding and pounding. Look at him. He just will not go down.
They're having a field day with him.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the 3rd quarter of play here at Mount Carmel Area High School Stadium, the Silver Bowl with the score. The Red Tornadoes 35, the Warriors of Wilson-Boro 3. All right, folks, we're getting ready to start this 4th quarter off. You are watching WKMC TV. Broadcasting directly from the campus at Mount Carmel Area High School. We are an instructional fixed television service. And of course, you catch us every Wednesday night of the football season, channel 13 at 8 o'clock, courtesy of the Service Electric Cable System. And Shinsky will give it to Pilarski. Pilarski will pop it up, and I believe he's very close to the first down. We'll wait and see. He's going to bring up 4th down if he's not. And he is very close. They may want to measure this.
I think that's what exactly they're going to do, Warren.
All right, because the ball's almost where you need it. Shinsky giving it the old heave-to there as he looked at it. We'll see where the measurement puts it as they come out. But the great supper club, the final club supper club meeting of the year last night, it was packed. Really was. I had the absolute joy last night, Wayne, of having Elaine Polinsky sitting with me. I mean, it was just, and of course, she wouldn't let me alone, of course. I mean, it was horrible that way, but we had Elaine with me there, and it was just absolutely fabulous. She's invited to the front table again if she behaves. So we did give her the guidelines of that thing. But, of course, the coaches sat with us because we were packed up, and they ate all the bread again. I'm going to have to do something about that for next year. I'm working on some kind of rule about that, but I haven't got it perfect yet. All right, Shinsky brings him up. It's 1st and 10. Dallas in motion. We shift it over to Pilarski, and Pilarski's going to try to make that end, and he does. Oh, a
nice
nifty little move there. Yeah.
Oh, give him a block. Flag there, face mask.
34 brings him down, but he face masks. That is one pretty move.
You tell me how he did that on a full sprint coming down to the sideline.
Here it comes.
Watch this. Plants the foot and rotates 180 degrees in the opposite direction.
Jared Pilarski, folks. Take a look at Jared as he makes the turn. He's not sure he can get past him. Watch. Oh,
Absolutely amazing.
That doesn't get any better than that. Oh, my goodness. Jared, what a run by Pilarski. He had one man to beat, and it was a touchdown.
And there was the face mask. That was not.
No. That's going to be a block in the back by the Red Tornadoes.
That's no way. You take a look. You take a look at that replay, Mr. Referee, and come up here, and we'll show you that it was definitely a face mask.
Tell you what, we're beating the pants off of the Warriors, but I'll tell you what, this crew leaves a little bit to be desired. I'm telling you. How the heck? But it's the final game. What's the worst thing can happen to me?
Well, I don't know. That's what I mean. You waited until the final game.
They haven't fired me by now. They're not from around here. I check where they live, too. So they're not from around here, so I'll be all right. All right, we bring the ball back. It's 1st down now and 9 on the penalty, which doesn't change anything about that run by Pilarski. Wargo's got it on the ground down there. I think we fell back on it.
2nd down.
Wargo never got a hold. He never had it in his hands.
You sort of see the difference here. You know, you have Matsur running that play all the time.
Swank, the neck man got it.
Well, of course.
That's not nice.
The ball just gravitates to him, you know. But you know, you take a look at Wargo now. Wargo's a different man running that slashback play that we've always run to Matsur, and there's always a little bit different distance in between the quarterback and the man receiving the handoff and everything, and those things are going to happen.
All right, 2nd and 11 now on the 2-yard loss on the fumble recovery by the Red Tornadoes. It is now Shinsky goes back to pass, double pumps. He looks down the field. He's got you.
Look at this.
Open.
Oh, stiff arm. Vinci. Right.
Inside the 10 at the 9, and Vince, the tight end, on a beautiful pass play by Shinsky, the Senchak.
Tell me how Vinci got that wide open.
Oh,
and
man.
I'll tell you what, for his size, take a look at some of the speed that he has coming up here.
Crivellaro had everything he could do to bring him down. It's 1st and goal from the 9 now for the Red Tornadoes, and we've seen it all tonight offensively.
Well, you know,
they got sluggish for a while, but
you know what I would do right here
again.
At this point in time? I would hit a little slant out play to Vinci and made sure Vinci would score.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get him a score here. But we're going to go to Pilarski. He takes it inside. Touchdown, Jared Pilarski. And Jared Pilarski has had just a momentous night on his final game in front of the home crowd, folks. Jared Pilarski has run all over this Warrior defense. He's run around it, on top of it, over it, under it. Just a great night. That big line making the holes.
Well, I'll tell you, and I think all the seniors tonight have stepped up, every one of them, and have done exactly what needs to be done to win this game.
So Whitecamp will put it up there, and he got it. All right, folks, we tee this thing up at the 9:39 mark. The Red Tornadoes have done everything you can do and then some. They will be very shortly the Eastern Conference Class 2A champions. But first, we got 9 minutes of play, and we're going to see all the seniors play. That's the beautiful part about this thing. Everybody's going to get some playing time in there tonight on this final game of the campaign here. Whitecamp, and he does the safe thing again. This is to keep the ball out of Curto's hands and give him some time to get down under him, because he is such a dangerous back. And he's loose again as he was before, and this time, as before, Pilarski stops him. Pilarski has done everything you can do tonight in a football game. He truly has. But Curto, again, one of the most dangerous punt or kickoff and punt returners that we've seen this year, I think. With his speed, he really is a bullet to try to stop.
Oh, we got number 58, Steve Polifka, senior in the defensive side, playing defensive end position.
We'll have a lot of guys in there. Get those seniors playing time. That's what you want more than anything. Let them play some football here against Wilson. Wilson has the ball inside Red Tornado territory at the Red Tornado 41. And they go up the middle with number 23, and that's Gavin, the ball carrier. And Gavin will pick up some yards on the play. They'll bring up, 2nd down and 6. About a 4-yard carry.
I don't know if you noticed, Warren, that the quarterback is now number 15. Wasn't he 17 before?
Yes.
11. No, he was 11 before.
I'm
so
sorry,
instead of Stalker, we have who in there? 15. Rolek.
Yeah.
Rolek. Okay.
And you can tell it's a different. He's up under the center.
Stalker was 17.
Oh, sorry, 17. Stalker. Yeah, I'm looking at the wrong thing here. I got their numbers wrong now.
I did it. I got a number right.
You did. I got the other team's numbers wrong. It's really getting bad. All right, so Stalker out of the game now. His final game of the season here for him. Number 15 in at quarterback, and as we said, that'll be Kyle Rolek. For the Warriors, you're seeing some of the here comes Nick Cuff, ladies and gentlemen, trotting off the field to a great hand by these Red Tornado fans. Nick Cuff, a fabulous football career in Mount Carmel area, and he's going to end it a winner and a champion. This time we stay in the ground again. It's Gavin, and Gavin's going to be brought down by Letkavich at the Red Tornado 29-yard line. It'll be, 1st and 10 for the Warriors as he picked up about 11 yards in the play. I would add that the mercy rule has gone into effect.
Yes.
On that last touchdown, making it 42-3. So we're in the mercy rule conditions. The clock will run except for extraordinary moments where it'll be out. This game will move pretty quickly as we see them trotting off the field. There's big number 59 coming off the field. Nick Biercer, another senior. getting a good hand from the fans here, as they have all had fabulous careers here at Mount Carmel area. We stay up the middle, and that's Beaver all over the ball carrier.
I'll tell you what, Warren, when number 69, Nick Cuff, came off, I know, you know, his Uncle Willie sitting at home, his big smile on his face. He watches us every week, Wednesday night. And then, of course, you know, he's got to watch Nick start.
35.
All right. Just making sure.
Yep. All right, we hand it off there to 23. That's Gavin, and Gavin's going to be brought down in there by Kovaleski, number 30, on the play. He'll pick up short yardage on it. It'll bring up a 3rd down and, say, 7 for the Warriors.
Number 67, Jason Dillo, into the nose guard position. Number 56 now trots off Eric Beaver.
It's always, we talked about it before, you got to have a gap connection there. Swank will be that connection next year. One of them anyways. he'll carry that locust gap torch for them. As Rolick now under center, and that's probably the biggest the difference. Gavin with the ball, but Rolick lines up under center, where Stalker never went under center the entire game. He not once lined up under the center. He was always in the shotgun. Go ahead.
Number 77, Joe Tom Cavage, goes into the tackle position. Number 83, J.J. Pulowski, goes in to a corner position.
63, Bagashinsky, the senior, comes off the field to a round of applause, as all of them have deserved it and earned it. Here we're looking, I don't know what we're looking for. We're looking at we're sending our people, our doctor and trainer are going on to the other sideline. I didn't see what happened, but apparently.
Warren, it might be for the quarterback, because I'll tell you what, he was real shaky.
No, it's
a cheerleader.
It's
cheerleader down on the track on the other side.
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell where he was running to. Yeah, down along that 10-yard line down there. Somebody's down for the Warriors on the other side of the field, and we've sent some people over to try to help out. In the meantime, Rolick will bring his guys up. It's 4th down and 1 at the Red Tornado 21-yard line for the Warriors, as he lines them up.
I'm starting to get worried about these guys. First it's football players, and then it's cheerleaders. The band doesn't perform at halftime. I'm just waiting for the fans to start doing something. And they ain't moving. They're not moving over there, so I'm starting to get worried.
Gavin will pick the first down up as he carries it down to the Red Tornado 16-yard line.
Number 26, Ray Kraniak, is in the linebacker position, makes the hit that time on a play.
Ray is sophomore for the Red Tornado. See lots of him. Got big number 77, Joe Tom Cavish, the senior, in there on that defensive line. We try to go to Gavin again. He's still on his feet. And he'll take it down to the 5-yard line.
Robert Shivelhood, senior, number 35, making the tackle.
Number 70, Sean Paul, into the lineup along with Greco now. And we have another Warrior down on the field here. And
it's
somewhat unusual. He takes his helmet off on this one.
See, his knee is taped up, and that's what he's holding right there, Warren.
So we've had a spate of injuries here for the Warriors in this last game of the year for them.
72, Jesse Vogler in.
There's big Tom Cabbage piling off the field there. All right, big number 36 in there, and that's Labatch. And Labatch takes it in for the touchdown at the 5:01 mark of the game here. It is now 42-9 Mount Carmel area, as Eckert will come in for the extra point attempt. Long night for the Warriors here, and you got to feel a little bad for their seniors also, as they get all the way to the Eastern Conference Championship and will losing their final game of their careers at Wilson-Borough. But our seniors will celebrate. They'll celebrate a fabulous football season. Not every season ends in Hershey, folks.
That's true.
And this is one that didn't, but does not diminish from this season one bit. Eckert puts it up, and I think he kicked it over to the Boyers IGA. he doesn't have a short kick when he lets them boom. But he was not a factor in the football game. He kicked one field goal, and now an extra point. The score 42-10 Big Red. Coach Brennan has been putting every single guy that he can find. Mostly seniors are playing, trying to get them their playing time. They have earned it. They've been in the system, some of them 3-4 years.
Yes.
They have come up and played this game. They have worn the red and white, and to wear the red and white at Mount Carmel area is something very, very special. Very special. All right, we'll kick this thing off, or they'll kick off to us. I'm sorry, I'm so used to us kicking off, and now we got a new kicker in there. John Gimbar. I like him. I like him because he's built like me. I like a guy like that. As Gimbar will kick it now, as Coach Comp, to his credit, has put a whole bunch of new people into his lineup too.
Wow.
And he's quite a kicker himself there.
Can you kick like that?
That's number 28, Morgan, on the return, and a nice return by Morgan. As he takes it out to the Red Tornado 24-yard line, will be 1st and 10, but Gimbar has quite a leg on him.
Yes, he did. I'll tell you what, he has a little bit of meat behind him to kick it like that. He put it all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Big guys rock.
They also roll, too.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with big guys.
Nothing at all.
Number 81, Scott Novak is in.
All right, Letkavich is in at quarterback. And that's Ray Craniac. he proved a little tougher to take down than you'd expect, as Craniac just won't go down on the play. And he takes it over the 25-yard line out to the 28-yard line. It is 2nd down and 5, and a nice 5-yard carry by Craniac. Under 4 minutes to play now here in this football game. Kovaleski on the carry, and Kovaleski gets outside and got himself ahead of steam, and he's dragged down there at the 35-yard line, where it's going to be 1st and 10 Red Tornadoes, and a nice carry by Mark.
Yeah, he got to the outside, and that's what he needed to do. Put a little bit of burst of speed on there. Gets down 10 yards for the 1st down.
All right, we'll line up as Letkavich at quarterback now. Got an I formation sitting in back of him. And he carries it himself, and he's still moving there as he crosses over the 40-yard line. Out to the 46 for 5 yards. Bring up 2nd and 5 for the Red Tornadoes. The clock continues to tick away here under the mercy rule conditions.
Number 50, Jerry Lepotsky is in.
One person I noticed down on the sidelines that isn't dressed for tonight's game that had an impact on 1 or 2 of the games this year is number 31, Damian Chigatano, who's also a member of WKMC.
Here comes Kovaleski. He's got a head of steam on him as he'll go out of bounds right along the midfield stripe. Again, another 1st down carry for Kovaleski as he's running with a head of steam here, and he's in Warrior territory at the Warrior 49. Cheerleaders down here, and again, the senior cheerleaders, we want to say hello to them and thank them for a fabulous year here for those girls, and of course the great WKMC TV tribute they gave us earlier in the game tonight. You never say enough about those girls as Kovaleski turns it up, and Mark is just tearing through the Warrior lineup. Kovaleski will take it down to the Warrior 31-yard line, 32-yard line, where it's 1st and 10 again for the Red Tornadoes. And Kovaleski is intent on seeing the end zone, I think.
Not only that, I'll tell you what, that line is doing an excellent job blocking, because Kovaleski is just having some free wheeling down there as he's running through the line for Wilson.
Go up the middle.
Ray Craniac on a
That's
straight
the
dive
fullback.
for about 3 yards.
Minute 42 now remaining in this championship game. Penalty. Oh, the old heart attack play. An illegal substitution. All right, it'll be 2nd down and 7 now for the Red Tornadoes. Zletkavich brings them up. And he hands out the big number 61 in there on the ball. That's Jared Owens carrying the football, the fullback. So Owens will take it down to the 29-yard line. And we got a bunch of people in and out of both lineups. Coach Comp, I want to say that about him. We've not seen this by a lot of guys, but he has played his sideline here in their final game of the season. And that's a very good thing to do. Some guys have a hard time understanding that concept. Kovaleski, he'll pick up short yardage on this carry. Now 40 seconds remaining here in the ball game. Red Tornadoes sideline getting ready to celebrate. The band playing the band. What a fabulous year for the band. They are truly something to watch every game.
And enjoyable.
Oh, man, they are absolutely enjoyable. Such talent down there. We don't say enough about them, and we apologize for that. But they are truly an amazing part of a football game. Marching down 3rd Street, doing all the things that they do. They just add to the atmosphere and the excitement and all that goes into Mount Carmel area high school football.
That's one of the longest traditions
in
the state, and that is, a band walking down the main street.
We are very happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we never want to see that end. I know the people on 3rd Street and the people come from the surrounding streets and line it for them. Watching them march down will be something that will always be part of Mount Carmel area football, as the Warriors will take over. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, 2, 1, and 0. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of this Eastern Conference game. The Mount Carmel area Red Tornadoes are the 2001 Eastern Conference Class 2A champions. The 4th in a row, the 4th championship. No other Mount Carmel area football team has done it. This group has. If you're a senior on this team, you have seen 4 championships, state championships, Eastern Conference, and districts. You've seen it all. The first time it's ever been done. This is it. And we continue to set records and marks here at Mount Carmel area football. This history is truly the most storied history in Pennsylvania and maybe in the nation in football. An Eastern Conference notch up here for us. They shake hands. There'll be a medal presentation by the Eastern Conference to both teams. There'll be a gold and silver medal awarded to the winners and the losers here. We want to say our hats off to Wilson Borough. The first time we've ever seen Wilson Borough. Hopefully we will meet them again down the road. They're a class football team, a class act, class fans.
And
we enjoyed having
that's one of the great things about getting into the district playoffs and even having the Eastern Conference playoffs to get into, is because you see other teams, different teams that you would not see in the regular season because of your schedules. And even in the district playoffs, the last couple of years, it's been the same teams, the Tornadoes, Wyalusing, Towanda, Line Mountain, Central Columbia, so on and so forth. And it's great to see another team, Wilson Borough, coming down from the Allentown, East Stroudsburg area.
There's the trophy presentation down there. You can see us holding it. We are trying to convince Jose if they can get a hold of our headset. The cameraman is down there watching this whole thing.
And they said they were going to, he was supposed to come up after the game.
See the 4 captains.
But I didn't realize that the presentation's going on. I'm sure that's why he doesn't want to leave.
Right.
I don't blame him. But if we just talk to him for a couple of minutes, and we can get all this information we need to do. As we see Mount Carmel area line up, we saw, of course, in his senior year, we saw Yasenchak set the record for most tackles. And think about the people who have played for us. Think about the athletes that have been on Mount Carmel area high school teams since 1962, I believe.
Yep.
And think of the caliber that played, and think of him now owning that record. Think of Jared Pilarski, now the 13th runner in our history to run for 1,000 yards in a season, and he ran for much more than that, as he had a fabulous night tonight. He was unstoppable tonight. Jared Pilarski, we talked about the caliber of that young man.
And what he's done, and you are right. It was a kind of a season, and it sort of shocked us when Jose told us that 2 weeks ago that he was that close to 1,000 yards. And you are right. It was very a quiet move on that kid, tough running all season long, so on and so forth, and hats off to him, because he's really had a good season.
What he's come through, with what happened in the offseason with him and his family, it's a tribute to his family.
And
I want to say that for him and his family.
And again, let's go back and look at this and put it in the correct perspective. Jared did not start a game off at all last year, or did he have much time in the backfield running the ball. So, again, anything he has done on the off season, gotten much stronger, picked up some moves, got much faster, so on and so forth. And it was the hard work on his part, I think, that got him to this point.
Oh, yeah. Again, I mean, there's so many things come to mind with a kid like that, but what sticks in my mind is a couple things with him. He's a great kid to be around. He's a nice kid. He's a quiet kid, unassuming kid. He worked his tail off. He labored behind Veach, and it's a hard thing to do when you know how much talent you have and you're behind a guy like Veach.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? And Veach was everything, all everything. You can't take anything away from that. But to labor behind him and then finally get your year, and here's a kid that came out and said, it is my year. I get hurt. I get hurt during it, and it doesn't matter. I'm still going to pile up 1,000 yards.
Yep.
And picture that he's done it when other guys had just as many games and couldn't.
And you're talking some names. You're talking Diminics and so on and so forth.
I mean, Kenny Diminick, I graduated with, he didn't have 1,000
Right.
yards. I was shocked that some of these guys didn't have 1,000 yards. But I'm not shocked that Jared Pilarski does. He just had a fabulous year. Yasenchak a fabulous year. Cuff a fabulous year. All these seniors. And I said last night at Supper Club, as the group that was there was a senior there. There was some juniors there. I said there were no disappointments this year. None. You played every game as hard as you could, and that's the only thing you have to do.
And that's all anybody asks.
Right. That's
is
all
that
you got to do.
They play 100%, and you walk off the field. And this team has done. Some great things this year.
They had a great
some
second half.
exciting things. And you were right. The second half from that North Schuylkill, for some reason that North Schuylkill game was a stepping game, and they took off. Dave Shinsky is another one. From the North Schuylkill game, he came out. He was 8 for 8 in one half in the North Schuylkill game. The next week we come back. I guess it was Marion. The next week he was 7 for 7 and so on and so forth. But put up some tremendous yardage, and again he also set a career passing record. 2 weeks ago I guess it was, and tonight a single game record, throwing for over 280 some yards. He's 16 of 28. I mean, you can't ask for anything more from a high school kid than that.
I mean, we look at a guy like Whitecamp. His first year out for football. Look at the impact he had. There's another guy. God, you could spend all kinds of time with him.
Oh, yeah.
He's just an interesting, likable, just an all-American type of kid. He comes in his senior year and makes a great impact. You see some of these guys out here that you saw year in and year out. Just great guys all around. You're sorry to see them leave. What you are glad to see them do is you're glad to see them leave with a championship, and that's what they're doing. They're going to walk out of here with a championship trophy, and they're going to walk out of here with medals, and that's how they end their career.
And we'd like to say thank you to each one of them, each and every one, every senior out there. I'll tell you what, and the people don't realize the amount of time and the amount of effort that they put into their game, their individual positions and so on and so forth. And I know you and I, Warren, we're just excited about seeing some of the things that they have done this year. And, and it was some just thrilling football that they gave each and every one of us.
Yeah, there was no bad games. There was nothing like that. They played their heart out. They played their best they could, and it paid off for them. Their 8th win tonight's the 8th win of the season for them tonight. And it's not too shabby. That 8 wins.
And you talk about it, year in and year out. That's an extra win for the state, which we are #1 in, and it's another win again for the national, for the nation. We are 5th in the nation for wins, and each one of those means a lot.
Yeah. So we look down the road here as we end the season. You'll see many of these same players throughout the year in both wrestling and basketball. Joe, you know that. Baseball, all of them play throughout the year. The juniors, you will see next year. It is an absolute fabulous crop of juniors heading into their senior year.
And sophomores.
Yeah, and freshmen for that matter. This team has a very bright future as it goes forward, and they will be mentioned, I'm sure, in August as right up there with the top teams in AA in the state of Pennsylvania. So the future is really bright. I want to thank everybody that pays attention to this thing and actually watches us. It's a great feeling to have you tell us you enjoyed it even through all the mistakes and the goofiness. But
Jose told us 16 of 26 for Dave Shinsky for 267 yards. That is number one receptions. That's the single game record in receptions, and the 267 yards is only second to Baczynski, who has a record for 283 yards. So
oh my goodness.
We see how Dave did tonight. Sitting back in that pocket, and like we said, when he threw that pass to Wargo down on the goal line, you can see he was on tonight. There was Medalis catching pass after pass and stepping out of bounds, and Mitsur and so on and so forth. And and like we said, he had 180 yards in the first half alone, Warren.
Yeah,
so again,
he's back.
Just did, yeah, and he's back.
That's the best word of all.
And
he's back.
The best thing is, year in and year out, as we said, you pick up that extra year, and boy, how mature you get, and how much better you are when you come back the next year, and it's just great to see. And I'll tell you what, I don't know how much more Dave can improve on the numbers that he's throwing at us right now, but God bless him, and I hope he does. I hope he improves on it.
Yeah, he will. I'm sure he will. He's a great athlete, a great kid. And again, he's a kid, long line of in that family.
Oh, definitely.
It just keeps going here at Big Red Territory. They just keep coming back and reloading. They will again. We will see everybody. We want to make sure you understand that KMC TV will be going into the basketball season. There'll be girls and boys basketball. Wrestling will be coming up, and there's a whole host of things. We talk about sports, but they're the Christmas things that they do for both the young kids in the different schools and the band, the choir. All those things are broadcast. You just got to pay attention and see when they're coming. And the best way to do that is listen at 7:30 in the morning, and you get a list of what's coming up, the upcoming events, and what's going on. So if you want to do that, you're going to definitely, it's going to pay off for you. WKMC TV is not only sports. It is a multifaceted television studio with a lot of talented kids that you're going to see throughout the rest of this year. So stay tuned to them. Pay attention to what's going on, and you'll see some great stuff. I want to just say, go ahead.
I just wanted to say a couple things. I don't mean to interrupt or anything.
Oh,
but,
go ahead.
Just a couple thank yous I'd like to give out. A big thank you to Mr. McPhee, who he gave me the opportunity to come up here and be with you guys, and I really appreciate that. I just want to say thanks to the rest of the crew. A lot of people don't notice what we do. We're here past the football players. We're here before the football players. We do owe them a lot of credit for bringing everybody in the community this stuff tonight. I'd also like to thank a lot of my friends and my family especially for giving me the support that I needed for getting through this, because being a student in high school who hasn't been doing this for 12 years like you guys have been, it can get tough, and sometimes you just have to face life with a head of steam, as you guys like to say. You just got to press forward.
Go into it.
And I just want to say thanks to everybody who have supported me throughout these past 3 games, Selinsgrove, Dunmore, and, of course, Wilson Borough. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Okay,
I really
Joe,
appreciate it.
I know it was our pleasure to have you, and we look forward to it.
And I want
to
thank you guys, too.
Anytime, you know that. Besides,
you made fun of me.
Besides, Dave made us do it.
Well, yeah. you guys made fun of me a lot.
No, we make fun of each other all the time.
You come up here, that's part of the deal.
Let me tell you what.
I told you, it's everybody had each other up here.
Yeah, we enjoy it. This
it's a lot of fun.
This is truly an enjoyable thing, and number one is the teams and the fans make sure that they get their names on the air, and the fans enjoy what we do, and apparently. That's everything we've heard, that they do enjoy it, and we do. We do appreciate
nobody enjoys
everything.
it more than us. Yeah.
Right, and we do enjoy it. We thank everybody, in fact, from the administration down, for allowing us to do it, because you have to remember that Warren and I have no ties to the school district at all. We have no family, no kids going here, no nothing, and we do it because we love to do it.
Yeah, and that's the best part of it. And so many other people, too. Phil Gergen.
Oh, yeah.
People just do it because they want to be part of this whole program in this district, and you do it because of those kids. You do it for the Joes and the crew and everybody you see. So, It's just a labor of love for everybody. We want to thank you one last time for everything you've done, everybody that's stuck with us through the year. Look forward to next year. It's going to be a fabulous football year, I guarantee you. I mean, we're going to be reloaded and ready to go. So on behalf of everybody on this crew at WKMC TV, all of them made it happen tonight. I am Warren Altamar.
Wayne Brokenshire.
Joe McGinley.
Good night.